mean anything, but thanks for listening. Yeah. Hello there, everybody. Sunsfan here with syndereN. This is AUI 2000, if you don't recognize him. This is episode 107 of We Say Things, sponsored by somebody new, actually, esports.gg. It's a really cool website. You should check it out. There's going to be a link under the stream, as well as in the YouTube description of an article syndereN and I put a lot of effort into a very important tier list that we created for the voice lines.
Yes.
But yeah, you should check out esports.gg or follow them on Twitter at... I can't believe they got this handle. It's just esports. That's pretty cool. They work with Jenkins and Cap and maybe some more cool names. That
I signed with them today.
Okay, I didn't know if I was allowed to say that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
But they're also covering the AniMajor, and they have a lot of cool articles.
They can't.
You already signed it. All right, so check them out. Thank you for sponsoring this episode as always. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so let me just again. It's
Your
kinda,
employers in chat, you can say it.
it's a bit scuffed because we're on the
like
same
he
couch.
says
Here.
I'm too low, but you guys are just loud.
Yeah, you need to be louder.
I need to
Scream.
Be, I don't.
We
want
don't
to
need to
scream.
be quieter. You need to be louder.
That's right.
Do you
And
have water?
also,
Do you
Rich.
have water for your guests? Is this a?
No, I just opened this and drank
Okay,
from it,
that's
which is
fine.
not COVID friendly. You're gonna have to do without water for a couple hours now.
This is very COVID friendly. Otherwise,
Richard Campbell's on the other side of this wall as well, so he might get angry. We'll see about how loud we're gonna be.
Great if he starts yelling.
Okay, so let's get started with our patron shoutouts before we actually begin. And AUI said that he would actually read these off,
No, I didn't.
which is gonna
Yes,
be
he did.
hilarious.
As his first part of joining Esports GG, AUI will actually be reading out the patron
Yeah,
shoutouts.
do it.
I can't.
This is
read.
part of your
Too
obligation.
far.
You can put your face up to the monitor.
Now you don't have to be so loud because
Wait, what is it? The Suns won because syndereN was watching? Is that
True.
a Patreon support? Like,
Yes,
That's
this
the name.
guy's name is literally 4 sentences.
Yes.
All right, the guy in the chair, mistake busted condom Johnson, Lucas Franco, Commander Donut, finding my life's purpose stapled to the underside of Gabe Newell's ballsack. Trying to think of something as clever as last week's name. I can't get enough of you guys at the major. You guys are the GOAT. The GOAT duo. I pray to Gavin that you get invited to TI.
Thank you, Aoi.
I am only able to climax if Sunshine is beating Cinder. Berating. I thought this said beating. Puppy's got the secret formula. Not this tournament. Suns fan, my girlfriend found out about this membership, so now it must end. I am sad and unhappy. Please read Wizard's First Rule by Shakar.
We're back to normal.
Yeah.
Playing against Wyvern on lane is so shitty, his second spell should be called Sphincter Blast. Jenkins subscribes to you guys, that's super fun. The Mega Pope, AniMajor wager can... I don't know how to say that word. Assange?
Swaj?
That,
What?
is that actually right? This word. Like, I've read it before, but I don't know how to say
I
it.
don't know what this means.
Swaj.
I would assume it's supposed to be like a sage because it's wager, right? A sage her labor, danger in favor of lasers. T. Lindsay.
TI in New Zealand.
Oh, TI in New Zealand. You're very smart.
Thank you. Shannon thought it was tins first episode, so you did
Right.
better.
That's true. That's
good.
true.
Zan Xavier. Nate Fickle01 has growth supports the Suns and thinks that all Lakers fans should go suck it. Cough, cough, Pop Tart. Bacon is offended. syndereN doesn't want to support my work. Maybe he just needs to find adult friends. In Dota's lore, Chen was passionately fucked by Batrider. Void Spirit found out, so he ported half of his dagger dick to assist.
Sponsored episode.
Shark TM. Storming Volve HQ if both of you aren't invited to TI. Very American. Novi Panda. Dop _ Look, Ben Broomhead is very lazy. Changing his nickname every week is a lot of effort. He tries his best-ish. Nah. You read that one.
Pitch black.
Yeah, just pitch black.
Okay. Well, he's missing letters. Pitch black. Wooden aftertaste. Duntalk, Anonymous. Sunsfan and syndereN's power couple name is Sinsfan or syndereN. Peter
Yeah, this one's
Kreschak.
I don't know. That's a
Peter-
similar one.
Krishatik
Krishatik
or something like that.
Street is the shortest main street in the world. Nibling. Ronnie Keel. This is hard to read. I feel like this should be bigger.
I can't make it bigger.
That's-
I apologize.
That's on you.
I know.
Penta Dirk loves all the Pog players.
Pentadirk.
Good effort. All right. Thank you, AY.
Good.
Are we done with the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks
that
for
was it.
coming on.
Can I actually go get some water?
Yes.
I can get you a bottle too.
Go get some water.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, because I'm
We're going to pause and then come back.
sorry.
All right. As we watch AUI drink very passionately from this bottle. Okay. So we're going to start with, don't look at my monitor.
Okay.
You looked at it as I said.
I
Don't
didn't.
look-
I can't read.
I have my I have my laptop here for the rapid fire initiation.
Why don't you like turn it a bit away from me?
Because there's no space.
Well,
All right.
if you go like this.
All right, that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna
You're
give
so
you.
smart.
I'm gonna say two things.
Do you want to do a podcast together?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, the podcast is gonna be really long if you guys keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't mind.
I'm gonna say two things and you pick one. It's really fast, rapid fire.
Okay.
Ranked or unranked?
Unranked.
Visage or coddle?
Visage.
Netflix and chill or degenerate Dota?
Degenerate Dota.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Okay, you've passed. Well done, AUI.
Did he pass with that?
Yeah, he passed.
Oh.
He
What-
got-
what's
He got
that
passing grade.
Did he get 3 out of 4
He
right?
got all of them right. I mean, I would,
What?
if he picked Visage, he would have gotten it wrong.
Don't you want people to pick cake?
Wait, what did you say?
He's a
Pie.
pie.
All right, he lost.
you
All right, I missed that one.
just assume.
What
Yeah,
are
that's
we?
true.
What are we? What's the right answer? Is what you like?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
cake.
Yeah.
Always. All right, Cinder,
All
this
the
is
other ones
your
don't matter. It's literally about cake or pie, and you pick one.
this is your segment, Cinder. Tell me what this is.
All right. So when I was going here, Susie was like, "You and Suns fans should get each other something from your own countries to try."
right,
And I was like, I'm not going to suggest that to him because it's like, what would he get me that's American that I haven't already tried?
Just a
She was like, you should
pizza
definitely,
plat.
you should get him something Danish. I was like, what's Danish? And we ended up getting you some Danish chocolates, which are, this is a very basic Danish chocolate from the supermarket, but they're a little bit different to what you usually have probably. So I'll try to show it to the camera here. So these, as you can tell, it's 10 mini skildpadder, which means turtles. So it's little turtle chocolates. And they're filled with a rum cream and caramel,
oh,
which I think you would like. And now since AUI is part of this episode, he can also go and try it. Actually, maybe you guys just munch on these the whole episode whenever you want. There's 5 for each.
I'll
And
have
give
one.
me your rating.
Okay,
So I have to eat one.
You
you don't have to.
If you don't want to, don't
I'll
take
try
it.
one.
Okay, you're rating it from 1 being terrible and 5 being, let's
Snickers.
Are you
let's
supposed to let them melt, or are you supposed to chew it?
whatever you like. Just eat them normally. Okay, so 1 is terrible and 5 is, this is exceptionally good value for, I think this tray was like $3.
I feel like I've had this before.
You've had something similar before.
Yeah, it's good. It's like a 4. Very good.
4.
Yeah, I like it.
If I like chocolate, it would be good.
Oh. Are you allergic?
He's not allergic.
No, but I don't like chocolate.
All right.
You don't like chocolate.
I don't mind like dark chocolate, but I don't like.
This is not milk chocolate though, is it? I think it's dark chocolate.
Is it really?
I think so. Isn't it? I think it's dark chocolate.
It's delicious. So thank you, Susie. We really appreciate
Dark
it.
chocolate. But it's not very dark. It's like
Yeah. It was
It's
pretty
on the
good
lighter
actually.
scale.
Honestly, for chocolate, that was quite nice.
Do you like the filling?
Yeah, it's rum. It's alcohol.
It's a little rum taste and then the caramel.
I think
That
it's
is a little Danish thingy. Which
I feel
is
like
not-
I've had the exact same thing before.
you
I mean,
probably have. Like I'm not going to say it's a
just-
Danish invention or whatever.
They
But
just have these in Canada.
it's a little bit limited what you can
Yeah, probably.
take
Call
with
them,
you.
They call them hedgehogs instead of turtles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little bit limited in what. First of all, in my
Did you say
imagination, it's very limited.
rum and hazelnut.
Rum and caramel.
Oh, okay, so they're probably a bit different, but
So a little bit limited in terms of first of all my imagination, and secondly bringing food to here and having it able to last for when we're doing an episode or whatever. But we brought something. If you want one more, you take another one.
Delicious. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Okay, so with that, let's get started with the episode. AUI, we're gonna grill you on some very personal questions here. Can you tell everybody who the hell you are for those that don't know?
hi, my name's Curtis Ling. I go by the gamer handle AUI_2000.
Okay.
I play Dota 2, and I suffer.
Oh, good. Thank you.
You chose the perfect game.
Yes.
If you do you suffer because of Dota 2 or do you suffer in general and play Dota?
Well, both, but more because of Dota.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
like everyone else.
Excellent. Okay, so can you talk to us about your early life? You know, job, school, what, like before you got into Dota, perhaps? Like, what did you do with your life at that point? Anything interesting?
Well, I'm Asian, so I went to school. No, my parents.
Speak up now. Speak up.
Sorry. I played a lot of sports as a kid, actually. I played
Really?
soccer since I was like 6 years old. I like tried like every sport. I did like a few years in like baseball,
Really?
like some
Wow.
street hockey, like roller hockey, a lot of skating. And then I played like ultimate, I guess, but mostly like I just
Ultimate. I
yeah,
want to play Ultimate.
The hell is Ultimate?
it's frisbee.
Oh, Ultimate
It's
Frisbee.
yeah.
People just call it Ultimate.
Yes.
Well, ultimate frisbee is really long.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mostly just went to school. I worked in high school, I guess.
Doing what?
So I worked in a preschool as a janitor, and then I worked at a supermarket as like you stock the shelves and stuff. Sometimes you work cashier if they're short.
Is there any part of you that liked it?
Of course not.
Does it fuel you in any way?
Not anymore.
No?
Well, it's like, it was just, I guess maybe, because it was really just boring. It's not like it's a bad job. It wasn't hard, but I wouldn't want to do it again.
Right. Because for me, like, I brought this up before, tech support back in the day, it was so miserable that it motivates me to do stuff in esports so that I don't have to, like, I'm not complacent a lot of the time because of it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I was closer to having to go back to that, then maybe it would. But I feel pretty comfortable right now. So,
Okay. All right. Talk to me about your gaming. Did you play games before the old Dotes?
yeah, so the first game I played was like the first computer game was Brood War, StarCraft Brood War.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was
The classic.
First game.
yeah, I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, that's an easy game to start out with.
Yeah. I mostly honestly when I was a kid I really liked watching my friends play. I played some like Smash Bros. Melee. I really liked that game as a kid. And I didn't play a lot of games. Like I didn't play a large variety of games. I just played like StarCraft, and then I played Melee, and I played Dota 1, and I played StarCraft 2. And that was like
So,
and I played
Brood War,
Dota 2.
did you just play like 1v1 ladders and stuff?
No,
because I played BGH. That's all I did.
No, I played a lot of custom games in it. There was like this custom game genre called like Lord of the Rings style.
Oh, that
And
sounds
those
familiar.
games were super good. Like if someone wants to make a lot of money, if you make a game in that genre, like they're super fun. I know like Universe played it a lot too when he was like younger, and we like both agree like if they came out with a game for it, we just stop playing Dota. I mean he did that
Really?
independently, but those games were super like they were just super technical and fun and teamworky.
The only Lord of the Rings map I remember from Warcraft 3 was Risk.
There was a Lord of the Rings Risk.
I think so.
I mean there probably was, I just
Like
don't
set-
remember it.
I feel like it was like set in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so.
There's a bunch. There's like Siege of Gondor. It was like the noob one. It's sort of like APEM for Dota. And then you had like these more intricate ones that are based on like Wheel of Time or like I don't know, like Greek mythology and stuff. They were super cool,
Right.
honestly.
So
I
what,
feel like-
what was the objective of those maps?
So basically you had spawners which spawned units for you, and you had a set of heroes. And in Brood War there was this unit called an Arbiter who had a recall spell where you could like move any unit from anywhere on the map to you. So it was a lot of like you would send your heroes and armies to certain places around the map to try to kill each other's spawners or like capital buildings. And then you could use recall to get them back. It's honestly a lot like Dota in like terms of like map control. And you'd have like different factions, and you would try to work together. Like a lot of maps are like 6 versus 2, and like there are 2 bad guys, but all the good guys are like a lot smaller and weaker, and they could like systematically kill each good guy. But then the multitasking strain, and no one was actually good at games back then.
Right.
There are some really cool mechanics in there, and like it was a good game.
I love like the like so many gamers now, myself included, we go back to like these StarCraft mods or Warcraft mods because the tools that Blizzard gave you, anybody could make stuff. Like I made stuff and I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, same.
Like if for Dota, that is not the case, right?
I've never even tried to look.
Well, I can tell you from experience, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. But
Yeah.
like that opens up so much more. Like imagine being able to create a game that's actually like it may not be good, but the idea behind it is solid and can be actually expanded upon, and you don't need any programming experience. You know, I think that was such a huge benefit for those games. And
I mean, it
it spawned
developed
so
like,
many.
so many genres, right?
Yeah.
Like Dota itself, of course, but
Yeah,
even
exactly.
like auto chess, like that was just Pokemon defense.
That's right. That's right.
Like there's a lot of games like that. Honestly, like that's the biggest pile of gems out there. They're just unpolished these StarCraft Brood War games or Warcraft 3 customs. Like someone's gonna make a lot of money in the future just developing those.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, let's move on. So you said you played Dota 1. In what capacity? Did you just were you just pubbing it?
No, I played a lot of Dota 1. I started like I think 10th grade. And I played those like pub leagues. Like I got first in THR and Dota
Oh,
Cash.
THR,
Yeah,
man.
I was first on the leaderboards for those. I never really played competitive because, like, if you guys think the pro team now is like exclusive and shut in, like you could not break in back then.
Yeah.
Unless like the in-house leagues, the atmosphere is just awful. Honestly, like if you weren't known, then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
So who was gatekeeping you?
yeah.
Was it Demon?
No, I think there's a game I played against Jube and IX Mike, and they just like flamed me and took
Back in
my
Dota
hero.
1?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they
Like-
played Dota 1.
Yeah, it was the I don't remember what the league was called, but like I wanted to play carry. They just wouldn't let me. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not playing this in-house league. I mean, they didn't really like flame me bad or anything. It was just like, what's even the point? Like you have to like suck up to people just to play a video game. And it was
Right.
just a video game back then, right?
Right.
Yeah, people forget how I mean back then the scene was so underdeveloped, not just for Dota, but literally every game. It's just night and day the difference
I
now.
didn't know those people played back then. The only like, I'm trying to remember what American players were famous back then.
It's like
right?
Merlini,
So
Demon.
Merlini, Demon Fear. Then there was this guy. Was it Chu?
Chu was a Han. I thought he was
He
a Han
went
player.
to
played
Han
Dota
from
1.
Dota. I think.
Oh, I
I think
didn't know
Chu was really promising in Dota.
Yeah.
And there was one more guy. Oh, I can't remember this guy's name. He played for Czech 6, I think.
I actually think I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name too.
Something with magic, was it?
That sounds right.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Interesting.
Dota
I
1,
didn't know they played that one.
you playing in THR in-house leagues and all that stuff, but you don't really play competitively.
Last hit magic.
Dota 2 is announced. Take me through your early stages of Dota 2.
I didn't play Dota 2 when it came out.
Did you not get a beta key?
I don't remember. I think I might have had a key, but I just didn't play because I was playing StarCraft. I was playing StarCraft 2. But at some point, like StarCraft 2, I think became a really bad game because I don't like how Blizzard approaches their games. And then I started playing Dota 2 because I really like Dota 1. It's like by far my favorite game I've played. And basically like a month after playing Dota 2, like I got invited to a team with like Tides of Time. Or
Tides of Time?
yeah, he brought me into a team. I played Dota 1 with him.
It's
like
funny that he's known for like Hearthstone and
Yeah.
card games now, but he started in Dota.
But we
basically.
like our competitive foray in Dota 1 was with him. Like we had like a team. Do you know MJW? He played on like Complexity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we played a bunch, like a group of us like that, and like we beat all the NA people.
Mm.
We actually like there was a tournament called SECS, SECS.
I cast that one in Dota
Yeah.
1
And we
with Matt Mortigan.
beat everyone in that tournament for a couple weeks until like. Cause like in 1 week there was like a $500 prize pool, and that was like the biggest prize pool in Dota 1 history or some shit. So we played against like fucking like Puppy and like the entire like team, and I had to go work, so I couldn't play in the finals.
Oh,
But we had to have actually it's Fear's wife now. She had
That's
to
right.
stand in for us.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to mention our team name actually, but
Why?
because it's
What
like
was it?
weird history.
Okay. Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. All right. Keep going.
And then yeah, so he brought me into Dota 2. I pretty much knew nothing about the game, but what I was good at Dota 1 was I could hit the creeps very well. And like in Dota 1, if you could just get every last hit, you're a good carry. And everyone was like super far ahead of me, but like Tides and I think Way Too Sexy, they taught me a lot about the game, and they sort of it's weird because I got like super lucky because they like just jump started my career. and then like we became like really good on our first team. It was like pot and bottom, but we got
classic,
screwed out of a TI invite because I believe Mr. Malk told Ice Frog not to invite us.
Really? That's what happened?
Yes, he was like, should we invite this team to qualifiers? And he was like, no. That's the story. Of the story.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. So there's
So
bad blood then. That's what you're saying.
I mean, it was like 10 years ago, but I would kill him right now. I'm just kidding. Like, I don't care. No, it's like so long ago.
So, if I remember correctly, like back for which TI was that for the qualifiers that you didn't get into? TI2.
Yeah, we actually scrimmed IG and we like who won TI, and we would like go pretty well for some, and they took our strats and they won TI with it. Like their Luna Tinker stuff, that was our strat.
Wow, that's crazy. Nobody knows this.
Yeah.
Wow. How come
wow,
you
what
haven't
a
said
scoop.
anything until now? Yeah.
What a scoop!
I mean, why do I say anything to you? Like just on Twitter, being like,
Yeah.
this little shit. Like,
So I think
Oh.
both for TI1 and TI2, it like because it was less established back then with like invites and stuff, it wasn't like malicious, right?
no, it's like we were like just some up and coming new team.
Yeah.
It's not like Milk was like, I specifically hate their players or something. It's just like, why
was
does he
just
know
this-
about us, right?
right.
Like we won some like
Yeah.
NA tournaments or something. Most of the tournaments are NA/EU.
It's
And
funny
you
because
play all in EU.
obviously I didn't know anything about the milk thing, but I just remember there being drama that you guys weren't
Yeah.
even given a chance to qualify.
No,
at
I
the
think
time.
if we were given a chance to qualify, we 100% would have qualified. And I don't think we would have won TI. Like, we're way too inexperienced at that point, but like, we would have done well at that tournament for sure.
Mm.
Like, the concepts that Way 2 had back then were really good. Like, they were way ahead of this time. Like, I still apply a lot of them to my games today. And like, I don't know. After that, like, Diablo 3 came out and it ruined our team. Because like we weren't invited to TI, so we all just played Diablo 3. And then our team turned to shit. But
Okay, so that's pot and bottom.
yeah.
And then just go from team to team, the ones that
Okay.
are at least highlights to you.
So,
and you better mention
from
DC
our-
as a highlight. But...
From our shit
Yeah.
standing after playing 3 months of Diablo 3, all of us, and not touching Dota, we joined Dignitas.
Yeah, that's right.
We played on there for a while, competed at TI3. We were 1 game off the money, as it is for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sin, you would know too. The pain.
I was more than 1 game off the money
Okay.
that year.
Yeah, but just another year. I think TI2, weren't you guys?
No.
No? Okay, well, that's sad.
We were one. How do I say this? One less implosion off the money.
Ah, yes, that's a
Come on.
classic.
We had some problems in these teams.
The
going into
benefits or
TI.
problems. Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily anyone specific at TI3.
It was kebab. Of course it was.
No, I mean TI2.
I love kebab, actually. I remember him just sitting on the couch eating the candy. It's fucking beast.
TI2 I've not been sure of, but TI3 I genuinely like. It was like I don't think there was like any one specific that was just flat out the problem, but we ended up getting a bad atmosphere once we got into the tournament. But like it was still better than TI2. TI2 was an absolute dumpster fire. Like our boot camp, we were boot camping under. This is supposed to be about you, by the way, but.
And this is interesting.
Special guest
for
syndrome.
me.
Yeah, special because me. So we were boot camping somewhere in Germany, and it wasn't like very clean. So like the atmosphere in there and everything just got you can imagine it got like filthy, right? And then we were sleeping in like bunk beds there, which isn't too bad. And I remember this day. I think we were scrimming a Chinese team or whatever, and Kebab and Seb got so angry with each other they almost got into a fist fight. Like genuinely, they were just yelling at each other like, "Come fight me, then!" You know, like
This is when Dota was good.
I
honestly.
don't know. It's like I'm not an expert at handling conflict necessarily. Like I would say I'm a bit conflict shy, but I've developed like the skills to try to manage and help solve conflicts at least. It doesn't mean I'm like seeking them or like them. I still really much dislike it, but I didn't know how to deal with it.
Of course.
Like
But
why
why would you?
Would I like I didn't know what to do about it.
It's funny how Dota's developed, right? Because those skills are like more important in teams now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, just having a life coach.
People
now
have a
is very
better
important.
understanding of how important it is to like trust and be able to work together in general.
Yeah, I
Right?
remember Arteezy told me if he was a better teammate, he would have won TI5. And I said, "Thank God you're those shit."
But yeah, like it was definitely something. So I would say TI2 was a total disaster, and TI3 we got off on a bad footing at the start and we didn't really recover it very well. And I think that's something that all of the teams that do well, that start off, I think it's way more impressive when teams do really, really well at tournaments and end up placing high when they have a bad start. Because recovering from bad starts is something a lot of teams are totally incapable of.
Yeah.
It's getting better now, but like back then, like 5 years ago, recovering from a terrible group stage at TI was almost impossible. Like people would just lose faith in each other. There would be nothing pulling them back up. No sort of like good team dynamic. Where
No, you didn't
learn
have
from mistakes.
coaches. You
Yeah.
didn't have like someone to come in.
It was definitely not the best. But yeah, that boot camp at TI for TI2 I will never forget. Oh my goodness. That was something.
Just boot camps back then in general. So
Okay, so Dignitas.
yeah, so
You're still playing position 1, right? At this point.
yeah, so Dignitas was playing position 1. I was like, honestly, like we weren't really committed. I mean, we were trying to do well, but like I was like going to like a full course university, and I was still working the same 2 jobs. So like it was super messed up. Like I come late to our officials because I was at work and stuff. Or I was like just super tired all the time. So our team, like, I don't think we performed as well as we could. I remember there was a super hype dream hack. We beat like Navi when they were like, you know, TI champions, TI second place. They gave us Morphling for a game. That hero was super broken.
Still is kind of.
I mean, it's broken like in a different way back then because you had to replicate, right? So like all I could do was hit creeps. So I could split push the map. I had some idea of that. Yeah, and then we went to TI. We got 9th to 12th. I still remember the last game. I think I was playing Lone Drid, and I was about to hit my AC timing, and we said wait for AC, and Snaking just yeeted in with Timbersaw. And he fucking lost. There's 2 games. There's one where he yeeted in with Timbersaw. There's one where he blinked in with Queen. I actually really like Snaking now. So I feel comfortable saying that.
I mean, he's bounced back since.
Because like
right?
we were all super toxic back then. Like we still are, but especially back then. Like we were super fucking mad if like someone made a micro mistake, right? And like it implodes your team. Yeah.
So that was the end of Dignitas.
Yeah, that
You
was.
played with Fogged in that team, right?
Fogg was on pot and bottom.
Wasn't he in Dignitas as well?
He was on Dignitas. He played support.
That
Played 4
Dignitas.
position. Yes.
Yeah.
He played mid originally on pot and bottom, and he got demoted to 4. Like I would in the future.
So you're saying the really good pot and bottom that could have gone far at TI2. Fog played mid.
Yeah, he was really good.
Oh,
He
I
played
didn't
Invoker.
remember that so long.
Yeah, he played a lot of Invoker. Yeah, we beat we won like the Pro Dota Cup or something. It's like the biggest online tournament back then. We beat IG the finals. We got to play in US West when they played from China. Fucking hilarious. But we slapped them because we have 200 ping advantage.
How did they get to the finals? Oh, it was 2 regions originally, and then the finals.
Something
was
like that.
us.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, we had to play CLG on Europe servers. They got to play that TI, by the way.
Yeah,
We
true.
spanked them, even with the ping disadvantage, so.
Was that? Who was CLG?
Pycat.
Oh yeah, that's CLG. Yeah. Oh yeah, I lost to them. I
Yeah.
remember.
They
Yeah,
were
that was great.
super
experience.
easy. I honestly don't even remember, but yeah. After Dignitas, I joined up with Envy. We went to play Rattlesnake.int.
Oh,
Went to China for a bit. That was super weird. When
That was the manager thing, the weird.
yeah,
drama?
Marco Fernandez. He was just like some complete scam artist.
Yeah.
I mean, I
There's
don't
a
know
few of
what
them
he
in this
was.
scene, yeah.
He was actually something else. Cause like we like we went to like Korea for the Nexon tournament. And like you were mentioning bunk beds, it brought me back. We sleep like 3 people to a room or something. And like Envy, like he couldn't sleep because the room smelled bad because of someone.
Someone.
Yeah. Marco. And then so he would like go outside in the hallway and try to sleep out there. It was really funny.
What the-
And so we played on Rattlesnake Inn for a month. We after that turn we stayed in some like super shady hotels. I'm pretty sure I had bed bugs or something. You would slip like those like there were like advertisements for prostitutes under your door. I don't know if you've seen those in China. But it's super shady. I remember like at one point we were like walking around outside and Bone 7 just started yelling help like in the middle of China. It was super funny because it was like help. Yeah, so that was interesting. That was with like Sing Sing. Oh, actually, before that was MLG Columbus. Am I getting my timeline wrong? I don't even remember. I think yeah. So
That's the one where Arteezy.
yeah, so we have RTZ stand up for Bone 7 because you can get
Yeah.
passport control. We won MLG Columbus. It's probably my favorite tournament still.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, it's what syndereN said, right? Like on the first day, we went 0-4. and then like we got together. We went in a room. I remember like, and we just like we were able to open up the replay and just laugh at what happened. Because Arteezy for some reason he was playing offlane, right? Because like we need to replace our offlane.
Oh, I didn't remember
So
that.
he was
Yeah.
playing like
Okay.
Timbersaw. He played Clockwork, and he just like he walked up to someone. He missed his cogs, and he literally threw like a backwards hook. And we were like, "You fucking moron!" And like Arteezy, like he's a really easy guy to get along with, so we could like just laugh it off.
Yeah, he's
and
very
it
chill.
completely reset our team, and we were able to come back. And
And then you put him mid after.
yeah, we
Steve.
put him mid, and he just like played OD and he dumpstered the entire tournament,
Yeah.
and we won. He's like playing Timbersaw mid, OD mid. It was really funny. I can't remember. There's something Pi said about like cutting someone at some point. It was a really good atmosphere. Yeah, it was fun.
That's hilarious. Okay, so you win MLG Columbus.
Yeah, there's some hype behind us, so we signed with this Rattlesnake Inn team. We go, there's a Marco thing,
Yeah, okay.
write a couple of blogs,
Yeah.
dump him into the dirt. We play in China. It's just the conditions are just so bad for us. I think at one point like people got lost coming to like the LAN center, so we just like missed the day of scrims. I don't know what happened.
So again, I know that he was just standing in, but was there any thought to having Arteezy join the team permanently?
yeah, he was supposed to join instead of me. Like they're gonna kick me and get
Oh.
like an EG.
Oh.
Yeah, but they chose not to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, what role were you?
So Sing Sing would play 4, and Arteezy would have gone mid.
But weren't you were still the one?
I was 4.
Oh, you were.
I was playing 4.
Okay, you were
at this
playing
point.
4.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I mean, it's Arteezy, right?
Well, back
Yeah,
then it
yeah.
wasn't. It's Arteezy, right?
Well,
He
to
was-
them it was though, because Arteezy developed his game with Bone 7 and Envy. I
Mhm.
think mostly.
Okay.
Maybe Boba. He'll take more credit than he deserves, but
Okay, so Speed Gaming, or Rattlesnake.int, I should say.
yeah. So
Just implodes.
it was like it was really bad conditions in China. There was like some shouting matches. It got really bad at some point, but like our conditions just weren't conducive, and no one knew how to be like a leader on a team really.
Mm.
And then we wanted to get the hell out of China before we killed each other. So
Understandable.
we had a deal with C9, and it was I think there was like a deal with MLG TV.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
They paid like 80% of our salary
Mm.
because they wanted to start that and get people away from Twitch, and we had Sing Sing.
Right.
So we were like a really high paid team for the time.
We ran Captain
We ran-
Draft 2.
No.
Captain Draft
I
1.
think it was 1. Yeah.
Ran on MLG TV. I
Yeah.
remember that. And it was a very good deal for the time. I remember they were really investing
Yeah.
to try to win people over from Twitch.
They really did try.
And they invested really hard, and it didn't work, and they didn't have any money left.
That's
I
right.
remember
That's how it
that.
goes. On 3D.tv as well. Yeah. There's been many left in the dust by Twitch.
Mixer. The newest one.
That was self-inflicted. More
Yeah.
than anything.
I don't think Microsoft ran out of money, though.
That's true. Okay, so Cloud9. Take
We
us
played
through
on Cloud9, got a lot of second places.
Yeah, that was the meme. I mean, okay, so that was a meme, obviously, like from a community standpoint. But if you look at it from like objective, I remember thinking at the time, like that's pretty fucking good still to get second at
Yeah,
every fucking
no,
tournament.
we were good, but the thing about our style was that every game was really high execution.
Mhm.
We didn't have like the stable drafts. Like we're sort of like Team Liquid now, I think. But I think that's the closest way.
The ones that just dropped out of the
Yeah, the
tournament.
ones they just bombed out of the tournament.
Hmm.
Dirty Europeans. No, because if you play high execution drafts every game, like you'll win a lot, but you won't consistently beat every team in every game. I think like as pressure builds up, it gets harder and harder to execute. And like when the finals came, like we just couldn't cut it.
Mm.
Like for one reason or another, like we just weren't good enough in the finals. Like we would
Would you say losing, like getting second, again, like objectively looking at it's very successful.
yeah.
But I'm sure, like at some point, like getting 8th at a tournament is actually easier than getting second.
Yeah, no,
if that makes
it,
sense. Like
it
mentally.
ate at you, and it was just like it was very insidious how it did that. I mean, we weren't getting all the seconds yet. First, I think came TI.
Mm.
We got a lot of seconds after TI. At that TI, we beat Navi, I think, in the main stage to get 5th, 6th. We lost to Beachy, who eventually got second at a tournament. One of the games, we tried to level on Roshan,
And the
and
crowd
Back
was
when
so
it was
loud.
good.
no, Bone 7 like had a breakdown in the game. Like we're talking Skull with one treant, and he just wouldn't do it.
Mm.
I don't know why. It was super weird, the atmosphere there. And then we lost them.
So the level 1 Roach, I don't remember this. Did they scout you? And
Yeah,
just-
they got like a 5-man Venom Gale on us because
Oh,
I was
God.
Enigma. We had Fear on Enigma and and Luna, and we had like Luna Aura plus like you make Eidolons off the treants,
Mhm.
and he just came in. He got like a huge Gale, and we just like they got 3 kills on us, and yeah, and like that was like the game decider, so that was sort of rough. It was my idea to level 1 Roshan.
I mean,
but
that's bold.
yeah, no one. The thing is like. The team was weird because even though I made like such a bad call, like no one blamed me for it. Like Envy was mad at Bone 7 because like he made the comp super stressful during that, and then we like sort of panicked because of that. Like he wouldn't set a trade until it was really weird. Like because throughout the team, like throughout the year, we stayed together for a while. Like we started developing some sort of leadership skills, how we talk to each other. We started trying to treat each other more like human beings. So it was pretty good.
That's good. That's a good start. Okay, sidebar here. Do you miss level 1 Roaches?
No.
Good.
I do.
Suck it.
Well, from a viewer perspective, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, but once the level 1 Roshan happens, I think the rest of the game is boring.
Wow. It's like
Alright,
someone
I'm
else has
gonna-
been saying that.
I'm gonna eat another chocolate
Oh.
while I
Yeah.
just think about the fact that AUI agreed with syndereN.
Okay.
Continue on.
Anyways, one play at TF4. I remember I played 4 Doom, and I bought a refresh orb, and I double blinked to Doom burning or something. Smacked him. Okay. Anyway, so we got that. We kicked Sing Sing. I think like it's not like he didn't work hard, but like there's like a weird cultural misfit. I think, or like how we viewed the game. I don't know if it's culture. I don't know if it's just our view on the game. But anyways, we kicked him.
Was that the last pro team he was on?
No, he played on Model Sports after for a while, and then he played on
With
Cupid.
Bone 7.
Yeah, Cupid Red. No, not with Bone 7. Cupid Red Pandas.
Oh
That's
my
like the
God.
JRX and stuff.
Two good team, yeah.
Yeah. Where am I? So after that, we got Thada. I think he came from your team.
Yeah, if it was after tier 3, that sounds right.
No, tier 4. Were you not on that team?
I didn't play
No,
tier 4.
that was Fada, Mojo, Misery, Pycat, and R&M, I think.
Yes, that was the mouse sport
Yeah.
at tier 4, yes.
So that was right after so you watched Mojo play Anti-Mage, and he needed to just piece it from that team. I don't know if you guys have seen that game. I
No.
always talk to Mojo about it. He really doesn't like it. Really doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah, this is like outstandingly terrible game, right?
Yeah, no, he just absolute free farm,
Outstandingly terrible.
and he just did nothing. He just fed and died and lost the game.
Yeah.
It was really funny. If you ever haven't, just only talk about that. So anyways, what is that? TF4, Kicksing. We got Fada, played a bunch of leagues. I thought the team was going pretty well, but we just kept getting second place. I think people weren't content with it. We just lost every
I
final.
mean, I can understand it. Just
Yeah.
it-
No, we
it's a-
played against EG and won those, and they had like the fighting game style where like if you win the upper bracket, the other team has to win 2 to reset it.
Mm.
And like we lost 2 series to EG.
Mm.
Like we should have won 2-0 in the first one, but like we just choked, and then like the next 2 games were just like it was like a 2K MMR stack versus a pro team. Like we just crumbled. And then we played at it was a summit. I think that's where everything sort of exploded at that point in the Dota scene. Because EG had been like, you know, it's EG, Secret, and C9 and Vici. Those are the top 4 teams, like very consistently. And I think we beat EG at that tournament. They disbanded because of that, or like roster shuffle, because if you lost to us, that it's over. And then like I thought it was all good. Like we had a good talk at the after party and stuff. And then like I went home and I got a message like, "Oh, you're kicked." I was like, "Okay." And so
that was your reaction? Okay.
I mean, it's like, what can you do? Like you're already home. Like what? Like I can't really break down crying or something, right? Like there's no point.
You can.
I mean, I can. And then like Peter messaged me and he's like, "Hey, well, I'm on EG." And then
Wait, what general month was this before TI?
that's December.
December. Okay, this was before
of
DHC
2014.
then, right?
Yes,
Before
right before
DHC.
DC.
Wow.
So that
I
one
don't remember you
point-
being only on the team for like a month. When that
Yeah, no,
happened.
no. So we played a Las Vegas LAN on the EG.
Oh, is that the HyperX something?
I don't remember, but it was not good there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did.
So
I
that was
actually
like
don't
your
remember.
Introduction to EG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you did not do well there, right? And
No,
then
we didn't.
But Sumail was on that team at that point. Yes?
yeah.
I think so. So the original plan for EG before I got kicked from C9 was that Sumail and Yao were going to join together.
Oh, I didn't know
And,
that.
Yeah. And then I cucked Yawar. That took a slot.
Yeah, Yawar was not very known back then. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Sumail wasn't either.
No,
Well, that's true.
That was the thing. And his
he
first
wasn't,
showing
but-
was that LAN, right? The HyperX or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he did not look good at all.
No, he
So
didn't.
people had like no expectations for EG
And
going
he was
to
like
DSP.
rank 1 on MMR though,
Uh-huh.
and like he won IXL or whatever it was.
Mm.
The league
Was
BSJ won
was
too.
that back then?
Yeah. So it was Sumail won the first season and then BSJ won the second season. So I think BSJ was supposed to be Sumail.
Okay.
It didn't work out for him.
Oh.
So yeah, and then we played that. We didn't like play any games I think before that Vegas thing. And then we played DSC.
We were casting that.
Yeah.
That
So
was
that
a good
tournament, yeah, that tournament was fun. It's I don't know, Dota's really fun when you have a team to root against, like as you as a players, because it's like more fun watching Secret lose than it was to win.
Mm.
But it's especially fun to watch Secret lose and then win.
Right. You played,
Yeah.
I think, Vici in the finals. But
Yeah, we did.
with Black.
Yes.
As the lonesome Westerner, I guess.
Yes.
Oh my god, I remember that game where Sumail got ganked like
Yeah,
4
FY
times.
Rasta,
Storm.
he just
And then he just
camped
got 10 kills in a row.
No, he
Such an iconic.
he made a rotation to bot lane and he got 2 kills and then he cut 2 waves. Like he dragged us to neutral cast, cut 2 waves, and his farm speed was like 1,000 GPM back then during that period of time, which is insane. That's
Despite dying 5
Yeah.
times at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, exactly. That Sumail's he's very clutch. He's very like. So I've been thinking a lot about like sort of intuitive thinking versus having to actually think about it, like system 1 thinking, system 2 thinking. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Sure happened.
Okay.
He hasn't heard of thinking in general as
Yeah.
a concept.
And
So
that's not very
you
nice.
can
So, like,
explain that first.
There's like a difference between like
Try to
I
explain
don't really
what
want to
thinking
talk.
is.
Okay.
To start from the basics and we build our way up.
Okay. Anyway, so system 1 thinking is like stuff that you do on reflex. So like if I ask you like a ball and a bat costs $1.10.
Mm.
The ball costs $1 less than the bat. And I ask you, how much does the ball cost?
10 cents.
Well, so that's system 1 thinking. Was that on
Okay.
purpose?
No.
Okay, because it's 5 cents, right? Because 5 cents plus $1.05 for 110.
Okay.
So that's system 1. So your brain instantly tells you that it's 5 cents or it instantly tells you it's 10 cents. You see $1.10 and $1 more. And there's system 2 thinking, which is like where you actually actively have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like how lie detectors work. Like your blood will constrict or something. Like a bunch of things happen. Your pupils will dilate. And
Like extra focus or something?
Ball, bat.
no, like how thinking, like just if you have to concentrate on thinking, that's just how it works.
Okay.
There's like I can't remember. It's Daniel Hoff and
Radcliffe?
something. Yeah,
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
yeah. He wrote a book called Thinking Fast and Slow, and it like won a Nobel Prize in the field or something. It's a very interesting book on this. I recently read that, so I was thinking about that a lot now. Anyways, Camille's like a very intuitive player, very system 1. So like he's very cold-blooded. Like he's playing on intuition, so nothing will mess him up. Like he'll always know what he wants to do. But like I think a lot of that, like on C9, like I don't think we're that intuitive compared. Like everyone plays on intuition at some point, but we thought too much, and like that's part of why we couldn't. Like we thought too much, we couldn't win finals, couldn't close it out. Right, so we played that. We won DAC. I was always like sort of out of place at EG because I think like culture I didn't really fit in. But they were very American. Sumail was like off on his own. I was sort of off on my own. I mean, Sumail like could fit in because Fear was like his father figure there or something. But I remember saying to Fear after we won DAC, I'm like as a joke, I was like, yeah, he won. It's all downhill from here. I think he took me super seriously. I remember that. I think about that sometimes. Like the entire time through DAC, because like C9 was a team I thought we were gonna like improve and win TI on. So like after I got kicked from that, it like messed me up a bit mentally. Like during that entire tournament, even if we were winning, like I always thought I was gonna get kicked. Happened a bit later. So after DAC, we played a bunch of tournaments. We lost. Shit, I can't remember the first. We lost to Secret in some tournament. Oh, so we lost 3 tournaments pretty badly. One was MOG X Games to Empire with Resolution. I remember I would play like 4 Witch Doctor. After the game, he would come to me, he was like, "You're really annoying." I'm like, "Yeah." And then we lost
It
to.
wasn't because of the Dota though.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. We lost to Secret in ESL 1. What's a big Frankfurt? In the big stadium.
Yes.
We lost 3-1 in the finals, and then we lost again to Secret at Summit, I think. So we got a bunch more second places.
This is when Secret was after DAC, right?
Yeah.
They were winning like every
Yeah,
tournament.
they won 4 big tournaments in a row.
And then they just stopped playing a month before TI and then just bombed horribly.
Yeah, I mean, their idea, I think, if I remember correctly, was like they didn't want to reveal strats to anyone.
Yeah.
It was the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, it
So
was
they
bad.
went to TI. They were not good. We got lucky. We got in the group with CEST, who taught us a lot about Dota. Taught us sort of like
So did you scrim CDEC a lot before TI?
So coming
if I
into TI,
remember right?
like we were also secretive. Like we didn't want to scrim to our teams to help improve them. So we only scrimmed wildcard teams.
Right.
So we scrimmed MVP, CDEC, and I can't remember the last one. But we thought MVP was good, and they were gonna make it a wildcard, and we thought CDEC were trash because
But you made them good, right?
no, because we picked techies versus them when we scrimmed them. And
Okay.
what would happen was how aggressive plays is when he hits a small power spike, he runs your safe lane. Bio beat our techies, so he'd run into my mines and die. And we were like, this team their carry is stupid. They're absolute garbage. And we thought they wouldn't make out a wild card, and we thought like MVP would for sure. And the other team, it was a Russian team. It might have been Spear or something like that. I can't remember. Vegas won. It was Vegas won. We
Okay.
thought they were decent. So CDEC made it through. They dominated the tournament. I think
Yeah.
they had the best graphs on the meta. If we weren't in Group B, we wouldn't have won the tournament. If Secret were better teammates, they probably would have won the tournament because they were the best team in Dota at that time.
I mean, on paper, they were god tier.
Yeah, no, they were really, really good. Like they were on another tier than us, honestly, during the last tournaments. Like they beat us in 2 finals and stuff. Like they're just better than us.
Did you guys didn't ever play them at TI, did you? Other than like in group stage? or
No,
something?
we were they were Group A, so we
Oh, it's
never played
completely
them.
different
So
group.
they lost to VP. They lost to the God, FNG,
Illidan.
Illidan, VP,
Okay.
and that was like the most emotion that EG showed. It wasn't when we won TI. It was as Secret was losing.
And then you knew you had a chance.
No, it wasn't like we thought we could beat them because they weren't playing that well, right? But we just hated them because what happened was like Arteezy left EG, right? And then he took Zai with him for offlane, and Universe I think was mad because he didn't take him. And then Heater was mad because how they broke up was I think Arteezy bought like a diffuser blade on Draw Ranger for Starkseer. So he could, and he's like, "Why the fuck did you buy a diffuser blade?" And he's like, "So I can purge the Iron Shell." And he was like, "Buy a fucking BKB." And they like had a breakdown.
But you didn't hate. Did you also hate Secret? Because you took their place.
I mean, the culture was just it's very easy to hate the team that's winning a lot, right?
Right.
Like you think of all the OG anti-fans. Like as they win more, like it's very easy to be like, "Yeah, fuck these guys."
Right. And I
Also,
guess
like-
with your teammates hating them as well, you feel
Yeah.
like
No,
you're
there's like this
obligated.
rivalry there, right? And like I mean, part of on EG, like I didn't really fit in culturally, so like I would just go with the flow and anything. Like it was sort of weird experience, honestly.
Because you didn't want to hate anyone, but they made you evil.
No, I'm fine with hating people, like, especially in Dota. Like I wouldn't hate them as people, but like I really wanted to be Secret because they just kept beating us, right?
Right.
So like I think that's a natural thing where you really want to beat a team. It's not animosity hate, but like I hate them as a competitor.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when TI5 happened, we won that. Very happy for a few days. Got kicked.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
And then somebody sitting next to you may have contacted you at some point.
Did I?
Or maybe it was maybe it was Charlie actually that contacted you on our behalf.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened. But anyways, I was actually supposed to play on so Fly messaged me. And he
OG.
wanted to play together. And
Monkey
he wanted to bring
Boys.
No Tail and Miracle. And I want to bring Bulba. And that would have been the team, except Bulba said that Sunel has a brother named Yawar. We really want to play with Yawar. So we were considering
How did it have worked with No Tail?
Fly was considering not playing with No Tail to play with us.
Oh.
So, but I
I
think
did not
Miracle
know.
is sort of attached to No Tail. So that was like a weird thing. Probably one of the worst decisions I made in my life. But anyways, we joined DC. We got
Well, we had a choice between OG and you as well, so
yeah.
we can relate, I guess.
Yeah, that was, you're super
4
wrong.
majors, 2 TIs.
Yeah. Well, DC almost qualified for a tournament.
That's true.
Yeah, so we played. We had like what the fuck did we have? Like TC, Yawar,
Beer you.
Buryu,
Wait, who's
Beryu,
Boba?
Balba, and me.
Yeah.
So that team was a disaster. Honestly, like my biggest regret, like I've said this a couple times to other people, is like after I got kicked from EG, like I never took just a mental break to reset. I think like honestly, like, my mentality, like as I can look at it in the past, right? Like it's easier to evaluate, but my mentality like completely screwed me. Like I couldn't focus on Dota at all. Like I couldn't think about learning about the game. Like everything was just it would happen super fast, and I could never focus. And that
Well,
was
to
bad.
your,
Just trying
I
to
mean,
captain a team.
you
which
also
I've never
feel
done.
like getting kicked right after TI. You feel obligated to have to join another team before everybody.
Yeah.
Because TI is like this place where everybody, you know, it's all about networking. You got to join the next team. Like, there's a time limit. It feels like, right? It's like constraint there at least.
Yeah.
Like all this pressure.
Yeah, that was not great. People are asking me what I thought about the blog PPD wrote.
Okay.
I mean, I thought that was pretty unfair. I'm pretty sure EG kicked me because RTZ was available. I would have probably made the same decision from a business standpoint.
So you'd
For
rather
pretty
them just
business,
say
like-
that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, after I got kicked, like, I mean, I was pretty down in the dumps. And, like, like, how EG treated me, like, the people and the org, like, I don't think it was very fair after. Like, I got kicked and, like, I tweeted it, and they, like, I basically got flamed for tweeting it when, like, I just had my, like, life shattered. Like, one of the people told me, like, you really screwed me with this tweet.
What was your tweet again?
It's like, I've just been kicked from TI after winning TI.
Yeah,
by
what
people?
What's wrong with that?
I mean,
It's pretty
because
understandable.
this person said, like, they want to start streaming and stuff, right? And, like, I ruined their momentum.
Okay, I'm guessing you're not
I don't,
naming the
I don't
person.
really want to.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, I don't think it's that
Interesting.
fair.
Hmm.
But, like,
Okay.
so that was, like, that in particular sort of fucked up my mentality because, like, the community outreach after my tweet was, like, really helpful for me. Because, of course, it's, like, super positive, right? Like, I think I performed well at that TI. I think, like, in retrospect, I don't think I should have been kicked. Like, but it's easy to make the decision to replace him with RTZ.
Right.
He was honestly the best player in the world at that time. So yeah, there's that. I don't know.
Okay, so Digital Chaos comes
Digital
about. We
Chaos.
don't qualify for anything.
Yeah, so we lose our first tournament. Like, my mentality's super shit for the first, like, major.
I mean,
I think-
we're bringing on like a up and comer beer you.
Yeah. And, like, he was supposed to captain the team, but we never gave him the real chance. Like, it was me and Boba, and we're just super fucking toxic. I mean, like, maybe we're trying, but, like, I'm too messed in the head, and Boba's just Boba doing his thing.
Yep, being
So it's
himself.
just,
Yep.
we ruined him. I mean, I don't know if he would have made it other than us, but we just ruined that guy. Then we kicked TC, who was, like, a really, really nice guy.
He's the nicest guy, I think. Nicest pro player I've ever met.
Yeah, no, he's
Easily.
super, super nice. Ruined his career too. Feel bad about that.
Wait, who we bring in 1437. Oh yeah, Resolution actually did play with you for a while. That's right.
So we
Okay.
brought in Resolution. I switched from support to carry when we kicked Galwar.
I
Ruined his career
loved-
for a bit.
I loved your carry, by the way.
We
I
were
was a huge fan of your
really
carry.
good. We won Soxa too.
Well, Soxa, we were trying out.
Yeah.
It was on a trial basis, and then
I think he really liked us.
Yeah.
And then
I remember Soxa
we
tried
were-
out. I'm like, this is the literal best Tusk I have ever
yeah,
fucking.
we
seen.
were really fucking good. Like
Yeah, it was a really good roster.
when I worked on that team as carry, like, I was actually good at carry.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
we
it was good.
dumpstered all our scrims.
Yeah.
It was, like, insane. Like, we would win every game in, like, 15 minutes. Like, my rotations were actually ahead of its time. But, like, I became a shit carry because I like, EG imploded again. And we got message, and, like, fucking Boba made me choose. He's like, I'll do whatever you want, AUI. And I'm just like, fuck. So,
Well, okay, just the whole. So that I remember being because again, DC was an absolute fucking disaster for a while,
yeah.
and then we got Resolution, we got Soxa. Like you said, we looked so
We were
fucking good.
really
Finally.
good.
I was so excited. I don't think you guys officially played a match. It was only
No.
scrims, but it was like you were dumpstering everybody.
Yes. I think I think my understanding of laning and early rotations is really good, but I don't know what I would have ended up, because Dota's a weird timeline like that, right? Like, if you
Patch dependent as well.
patch dependent, if you're with the right people, the stuff you learn will make you better at the game and you grow. But the thing is, like, me and Boba, like, I mean, I made the call to go to EG basically, right? Because I don't know, they're very convincing.
No, they got
They're,
a lot of
I
money.
mean, we just won TI, so
Yeah.
it was very convincing. Into EG, I think we're good for like 2 weeks, and then like because like again like we went back to EG, but we didn't solve any of the cultural differences. Like I didn't talk to anyone about my ideas in Dota, and Boba also similarly isolated there, and like we just became super shit players because
Wait,
like
who was on the EG? Was PPD
it's
still on the roster?
Fear, PPD, and Sumail.
Man. So after, yeah, I'm trying to remember all the details, but even after all the blog posts and all that shit, because you and PPD, I mean, did you get along? I can't remember how that
I
dynamic
mean, I don't
was.
think we're ever friends, but like it was very business-like on EG, so I didn't think it mattered.
Mm.
I mean, in retrospect, like that's like the second decision like I regret the most, right? Because I think the resolution, Theban, me, Boba, and Soxa team, that was really good,
Yeah, I agree.
and so that was
What could have been.
that was rough. I became so shit at carry so fast because like I couldn't do any of the ideas I wanted in the game, and like there's no system. Like Theban worked with me, and we played together for a long time, and we liked each other a lot, and like we developed like good synergy and everything, and I just didn't have that on EG, and like none of the things I wanted to do would happen. It's super weird because like yeah, so that happened. We bombed out the Manila major. Got kicked from EG again.
Yeah.
Good times. And then
Second time in a year.
yes.
In less than a year.
Yes, so it's very fast. And then I joined CP as a coach after that with Boba.
Mm-hmm.
That was not good. I think that team was dead on arrival. I literally think
That was with Kamal.
I mean, I don't
as the
think
secret.
yeah,
owner
I
at
don't
the
think
time.
I was a good coach at all. I don't think I contributed that much, but I literally think it was impossible to save that team.
It's funny because I remember at Manila Major, you came and coached Resolution a bit,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Man, AUI is such a good coach."
No, but like I did the same thing, right? Like the stuff I did for Resolution, I could do for them. It was like very micro focused. I knew the game, but I didn't understand the humans. And like that team was literally like they would have a team talk, and Envy and Arteezy would argue so much that Pi would start crying.
Wow.
And he's like, I'm just so sad. Like this is supposed to be like a really good team, and he is just like broken. And like Pi was like broken, who was like probably the closest person I was to on C9, right? And then Puppy was just, I mean, he's the only person who could like function in that environment because Puppy's a god. So he's playing good Dota. He looks good even though the team is absolute garbage. Bob was just on his own. He doesn't know what's going on. He's playing off lane. And then,
Like how Bulba's always the butt of the
Yeah.
joke.
and then I think like
I have this picture in my mind of how your PCs are set up in the room. Where there's like 4 players together, and Bob is just off on an island playing offlane in the bathroom.
no, because our like we qualified for TI through opens because both us and EG had to do that because we changed rosters. And like we had some momentum, but just like the team dynamic, like it just wasn't good. Like I don't want to talk about the stuff that happened too much, but I'm pretty sure like I do know like Arteezy thought Envy sucked at Dota, and Envy thought Arteezy didn't know how to play Dota. So our 1 and 2 position, and they both wanted each other's role. Because Envy is like, I should play mid instead of Arteezy. And she's like, this idiot doesn't know how to play carry. I should be playing carry. And it was just such a disaster of a team.
Yeah. But would you say that generally speaking, I don't know if it's a regional thing, do players like how long do they hold grudges for, would you say?
I think it depends on the person.
Because I feel like in NA, like you can only hold a grudge for so long because there's not that
Oh.
many people to play with anymore, right?
Maybe. I mean, I think with time you realize like a lot of the arguments you've gotten into are also just like so silly. And they're like more of like heat of the moment thing. Like it's a fucking video game.
Right.
It's a team
Growing as a
dynamic.
human, essentially.
You're like, nothing is ever like 100% someone's blame, right? Like there's always like, oh, I could have handled it better. I could have done this. It's like at TI5, like Arteezy, like it wasn't his fault that his team imploded at TI5. But if he was a bit of a better teammate, maybe that wouldn't have happened, right? Like I think that's the competitor. Like if you take that with you, that's how you like improve as a person, as a player. So yeah. So Secret was bad at TI. We only won games on IO Huskar. And so I had no idea because
I remember that actually.
yeah, we could only win with IO Huskar. We played LGD in the losers elimination game. We had TB Venge safe lane versus Solo Zhaoi offlane bottom, and they lost the fucking lane. Eternal Envy started without regen because he wanted to start with a Wraithband and a Mango, which like both me and Theban told him was awful. So he just got right clicked on like I don't know what Pi was doing. He just had a mental breakdown during that game. but we lost a Venge terribly lane versus a fucking Potom off lane, and our TZ was Alchemist mid. We had Alchemist Terrorblade because Envy had the idea that Terrorblade was a space maker, and like you couldn't convince him otherwise. And like he was right sometimes. Like if you win your lane, you're a space maker. But he lost his lane to a solo Potom, so he wasn't a space maker. And our TZ got soloed by the maybe Juggernaut mid as Alchemist. So we just lost our 2 lanes where we had advantages in, and then like the game was just so sad.
It's funny that Cinder, are you like this too? Where I mean, because I cannot relate with this at all. Because again, I know it's a meme. I competed in Counter Strike a long time. I don't remember specifics of games at all. But pro players consistently are able to like go back years and just remember intricate details of specific matches. I find it fascinating.
I cannot remember in as much detail as this. I can't.
So AOI is just a god.
I remember like it's different for me. I think I remember really specific, like more how to say. I think I remember the conditions or the mindset or the things around the game more than the individual game itself. Like all the details of what heroes were we playing, how did we put the lanes, who won their lanes. I don't remember that so much, but I remember like how our team was feeling and how we discussed strategy, what we wanted to do, like who kind of fulfilled what role in the team. I remember that kind of stuff. But like it's like really few games where I remember basically every hero everyone played. I guess it's easier to remember them. Like I think it like the memory gets printed in you stronger if it's either a totally terrible experience or a really great one, right?
Yeah.
And those are also the main ones you're highlighting. Like most people will remember their most like
Yeah,
embarrassing
this is a
loss.
lot of different
But
games.
there's a lot of games here. Like the array of games you remember. I don't remember all those in between ones where it's just like, oh, we got second, or we had some games where it didn't really work out. I remember the tragedies and like the great moments, like winning a tournament or something like that. Those are more memorable, but like it's pretty incredible how much you remember, and even the like little bits of conversation and stuff that people had.
I generally
I
can
don't
remember
remember the detail.
what people say really well, like if I care to listen. But
If I can't listen to these
yeah.
lesser plan.
Like,
Yeah,
do
he'll
you
definitely
remember,
forget about
do you
this
remember what you
podcast
said
in 2
after
days.
we kicked TC?
After we kicked
I remember what you
TC.
wrote. You said like you're the favorite player I've ever had to work with. You're never late with like you said something about being late and like it's been a pleasure or something.
When you left
I guess I
EG?
don't really remember. No, when we kicked TC.
Oh, I told TC that?
Yeah, because I was there.
Oh.
You're like, you're
Yeah,
absolute pleasure to work with.
Yeah, I remember most of that.
So
Yeah.
you do remember stuff like that.
I mean, because
right?
that, like, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, when you bring it up, I wouldn't have remembered
Okay.
otherwise, though. But yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we lost that game. I remember being in the room with Matt and Theban, and they had Kunkka Juggernaut, and they weren't Xing and spinning to hit the tower because they were stupid and bad, and they didn't deserve to win versus us, but we were worse. But I was so happy they weren't X spin hitting because the game was over. They just did not, and then we eventually just lost because we had Alchemist Terrorblade, and like if you had 2 carries, then who's stunning the enemy so they can right click? Like it made no sense. Yeah. So after that, Envy had his puppy blog.
One of his many blogs.
Yes,
So far
that
in
was a
play.
big one though.
Yeah, that was.
And then we made a team with like a bunch of coaches. It's like the EG coach, both the secret coaches, Envy, and we brought in like Mojo.
Wasn't
That was
1437 not on that?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Theban. Me and Theban were the secret coaches. So actually, at the start of that team, we had Rioya in the offlane, and
I don't remember that.
for some reason, we were under the impression that Theban didn't want to play with MSS from C9, but we were just wrong. And for some reason, no one asked Theban, so we got MSS instead of Rioya because we were really bad with Rioya. He's not awful, but the other players are super dumb, myself included. Like we're just like socially awkward and we can't communicate.
Yeah.
Because we spent the last like 8 years of our lives or more just refining our skills in this one Dota game. We have no social skills. We have no life skills.
This is why orgs are important, but then at the same time, they can also take advantage of players because they don't have those skills.
No, it's weird.
right?
Because like, for example, like on C9 and EG, like they made way more off me from prize winnings than I did off salary. Right? And like that's like fundamentally why I think a lot of these player orgs like Secret and OG started.
Right.
Because Dota is just such a skill. Like what you're talking about, how players have no life skills and everything, and they're just only focusing on the team. It's because of the prize structure of Dota, right?
It's true.
Like if you don't win TI, nothing you do matters.
We didn't make any money off of you.
Sorry. Yeah, you guys lost. I'm sorry. Nah, cause like my mental state was just so bad. Like I'm so sorry.
Man,
I just lost such a little shit.
I
to
wish
deal
I
with,
could
too.
have seen that team with you playing carry though.
Oh, that was a
At
good
least
team.
in that one tournament.
Sorry.
But then again, I can't. You know, we got second at TI that year, so I can't
Yeah, that was
complain
good for you guys.
Yeah. Well, no prize pool though, so
Fetch.
yeah, no comment on that one.
Yeah, so-
somebody else was negotiating. Pleb,
Yeah.
go ahead. Okay, so where are we? So you start coaching
NP.
teams now, or you're on the coaches
No,
team.
I joined NP, so a bunch of coaches. We
Yeah,
developed a lot of ideas on that team. I think even though we weren't that good, like some of the stuff we thought of was really smart. Like I don't know, we we're the first team I think to start pulling melee creeps onto the range to deny it and gain the equilibrium.
It's funny how all these mechanics are just so like ingrained in people's game, like weren't a thing at all back then. Even just aggro in general.
I think how we
Not too
used the
long ago.
pose was, I mean, it wasn't Neo, but like we were the best at using pose. We started half pulling. We started a lot of that stuff, and we had some ideas like Envy would play Volker, stack ages for my Sven and stuff. Anyway, so we played on that team. We played like we thought we weren't bad because we played really well against Wings. Like we lost in the finals to them at Northern B Arena. Yeah. That tournament was interesting.
I was at that tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember playing against Arteezy's Drow's Weaver, and I solo killed him in bottom lane. I was like, ah, you little shit. That was good. No, I remember I was playing I only played hipster heroes, so I played like Venge, Centaur, Weaver. Yeah, I played Centaur with like some like Vanguard Hood Heart stuff.
Oh, I thought that was the Illidan build.
No, I was doing it first.
So we took it from you. You played
Maybe.
safe lane Centaur and you
Yeah, I
just
played-
put all tank items and no dagger.
Yeah.
'Cause I
You
remember-
break high ground. I mean, I would buy dagger at some point because
Right.
without
eventually,
dagger, it's
like,
dumb.
But like fourth or fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just break high ground. And
Yeah.
I remember one of our first games we played versus like Wings and Scrims. I played like Ursa, and we're like fucking 21-0, and Envy called me a psychopath because it just kept going on them. That was really fun. And then we lost that game.
Been on a lot of teams with Envy. It feels like.
I respect Envy a lot actually. I think he specifically has worked so hard on Dota and stuff that his public skills, like I've made blogs defending him too because like his intentions and what he does sometimes they come across weird. But I don't think he's a bad guy, and I think he gets way too much shit for. I mean, recently I think he's gone a bit overboard. Like I don't
Trying to take
support
over
someone-
teams and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean like. I don't know what I want to talk about here, but I feel like with Envy, he doesn't believe if he doesn't believe in someone to improve, then he gives up on them really fast. Like I think he gave up on Mojo really fast. Like he like it's the same with Moon Meander. I think like both those guys they didn't think Mojo could be a tier 1 player, but I think Mojo's the best 4.
Yeah.
In North America, right? I mean I don't know, maybe crit. But I was thinking like North American born, you know.
True.
Like he's clearly like a super good high potential player. It's the same for like a lot of these players. Like they just give up on them super fast without improvement. The same for like Bryo. Like I don't think Envy thought Bryo could be really good. Bryo is really fucking good. He's underrated and he played with me and Moon instead of joining Bear team. So haha, loser. But anyways, NP. I remember. Yeah.
All right,
We beat EG at best of 1.
Let's
Speed
fast
along.
forward. Yeah, a little bit faster.
Okay.
on this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I
I
just
just want to make sure we're on schedule. We still
is there a
got.
schedule?
Well, I don't want this to be 8 hours, but
That's true.
No, this is
NP,
fun.
we go for it, blah, blah, blah. We played DAC, we kicked Theben and SVG. Somehow they became like 2-5 players. I think Bone 7 joined us at boot camp for that. He was the worst coach I've ever had. I would never work with him again.
Why
He
is that?
literally, during our scrims, he went out and got a tattoo. And he got sick from getting the tattoo. And his only contribution to the team was the first day he joined, he said, you guys have 2-5 positions. Okay, we should fix that to even go play 4. And that's literally the only thing he did. He was so useless.
I've never heard that one before. That's new.
Yeah. And then so we play an MP. We get back Fada and Pi.
Yeah.
Instead of
Man, you guys have you
Theben and
played with like the
SVG.
same 2 or 3 people a lot.
I mean, there's not that many people at the top in Dota back then, because that was like sort of the top. We weren't really that good at MP, but like we had some history, right? Like it's not that far off. So we were really good on that team. We should have won Manila versus EG, but Sumet fucking stole our ages and killed like 4 of us in like a game we would have won versus them.
It happens.
Yeah, I remember
happened
like
to
I was
many
playing like
people.
Treant in that tournament. I was just destroying people. Anyways, we had like the shittiest boot camp after. We signed with C9 for TI. We just lost like 30 scrims in a row. We had a breakdown. same thing. Like people just like sort of gave up on each other. It's like always the same story with Dota. Like there's so many problems, and like you don't want to talk about them because you don't want to be toxic, but it ends up becoming really insidious. It just grows, and then like it grows, and then you just break up.
Yep.
Yeah, like you've gone through the same stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it could have been fixed if you just talked about it.
Yep.
I remember at TI we went out for like a dinner together, and like guys, like we just need to blame each other. Don't feel sorry about it. Just say what each person needs to improve on. And we actually made a comeback in a tournament for a bit. Our idea was like we buy raindrop wand, like Team Liquid was every game, and we fight early. And we started to make a comeback, and then we picked fucking Arc Warden in the. Oh my god, we picked like Arc Warden in the our elimination match versus Empire. I think I just got that hero. I hated that hero. I had no idea when to fight with them. Only Envy knew how to play with him, and he was like out of his mind at that point.
Was that the TI that Resolution was like outstanding in?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one. Yeah.
He was a stand-in for Empire, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't
He
bring.
played DK.
What was it that they couldn't bring?
So that's TI 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that Resolution got so much praise at that tournament.
He played really well.
He was super good.
He played DK versus us, and after the game, he's like,
It was Chappie. Yeah. It was
Okay.
just-
Yeah, Chappie.
Chappie was
Yeah.
supposed to go.
he told us, "You guys are idiots. I don't know how you didn't win that game." And we watched replay, like, we are idiots. How do we not win this game? We're like outside their base with all our heroes alive. We killed through them, and we just don't push high ground. Like, because we just didn't have a proper captain. Like, we're also like mind messed up. Our bootcamp went so bad. Our tournament went so bad. We sort of rallied it back. But honestly, in that talk, like, it was the four of us without Envy, because like we had like some wall in our team,
Right.
and it was
All right,
just,
not to go off on a tangent here. Why do you think Envy? Just a quick answer. Why do you think Envy, like his games are always so fucking long? Because this is a big enough sample size that is a thing.
he said not to go long, but like I would have to think about it a bit.
Okay.
I mean, people ask me. It's mostly like, I think his view on all lost up to the game is wrong, and I don't think he thinks that, even though consistently like evidence points the other way. I think like there's like he it's the same thing. He plays in the same like high execution style. It's like not simple to close out games, and like it's easy to mess up. And like he'll choose like he thinks he's choosing the higher percentage to win, but I think the higher percentage to win in log games might be to close it out faster. And he agrees with that concept, but in practice, like he chooses a different path a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So after that, sorry, I've had a long career, so this
This is a very illustrious career.
okay. Well, not anymore here. But anyways, after
You are at a major.
yeah, that's true. As a caster.
How dare you? This is where the players go to die.
I don't remember what I did after that. What was I doing after Tier 7?
I mean, mostly coaching, right?
I coached
I mean, off and
Fnatic.
on coaching.
I actually don't remember what I did after.
All right, let me
Tier
bring up your Liquipedia here. 1 second.
7. Did I take a break?
No, it's actually already open. So, Coach
I put up the
Fnatic,
Speed Gaming.
Quincy
That's what we're
Crew,
calling for rounds again.
Forward Gaming, Newbie, all as coach. It has you, and then Fighting Pandas and Crazy.
Wait, where's NP?
NP
Just doesn't have it.
right here.
Oh yeah, so we're Animal Planet. Oh,
We
and
have
then
a
I played.
second,
Okay, so I played on.
edition.
I played on Animal Planet with like Ritsu, Bryo, Kitrak, and Moon. That was a fucking disaster. We kicked Kitrak, like I was really mad at Kitrak because like I don't know. So I have a shit mentality. But like we were kicking him, and then we wanted to like give us a second chance, and Moon's like, no, we can't. And then we like got stanking, and then they hated each other with like one day of our boot camp, and then we just flubbed out. That was basically that entire team.
In 1 day.
Yeah, it was insane actually. It was actually insane. And then after that, I coached Fnatic. We qualified for TI together. Now, other teams I coached, I qualified for TI at least. We always lose, but I think it's like
hard to win.
my people skills. No, we always lose last, but like my people skills, like as a coach, like I can develop ideas, and I think I understand Dota relatively well. But like I've been working on it lately, but like my think of how to construct a team dynamic and mentality isn't good yet, because it's not something I developed as a player at all. I watched a show called Ted Lasso. I don't know if you've heard it.
Oh yeah, great show.
Yeah, no, because that show made me think like that's how I want to be as a coach.
Just a very positive influence, and I mean, I
So
feel
which
like
Fnatic was this?
There's Envy, Avid, DJ,
Oh, that one.
Universe, and
Yeah.
I mean, don't
all
you
of
think
that.
that like if like sure, it's always good to try to improve yourself, but maybe being coupled with a more life coach type thing as like a duo would make more sense.
Yeah, but a lot of teams don't have the resources for that.
True.
Like
I mean,
ideally,
well, we're
maybe,
getting to that point because traditional sports obviously have.
yeah,
all
they
that
have like
shit.
psychologists, they have everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how feasible it is in Dota. Like only the rich teams can do that, right?
Yeah, that's true. Only a few teams.
So
are doing it.
we did that. We got second at like summer or something, blah blah blah. Our boot camp was weird for TI, of course, as always.
That's a given.
I don't even know who we lost on. Oh, we lost to the Jinkyo team, Serenity. We had a lineup. We were super confident. It had Abid. We scrimmed VCJ Storm, the SVG Mojo team. Before that, with the same lineup, same 5 heroes, except instead of TA mid, we had a Visage mid in our elimination game. Abid was confident in those heroes. He pigeonholed Abid into a micro player mid, basically. So like TA, Visage, Meeple, stuff like that. We lost to them. It's very sad. I blocked that. Like those are the games I remember the least because I just blocked them in my memory. It was a very, very sad.
Wait, so Abid was really good at Meepo.
Yes.
And was he at TI6? Was he playing for Execration?
He was the team when you were on
We played the wild cards.
yeah,
I'm just trying to
what-
remember
what
if this
was your
was the
team
same
name?
player.
He was on Execration with our
Yeah.
and
we
they
were
lost to you guys and they
escape.
beat Kyle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should definitely remember that a little bit more. He lost to us and beat Kyle.
Yeah.
This is good information. And it was Abid.
Use
Yes.
this on panel.
Yes, it was Abid, that's right.
Yes.
I remember Kyle was too stubborn to ban the Meepo, and then he lost to the Meepo. And we were like, we're not giving Abid Meepo because he's really fucking good at
He's
Meepo.
really good at Meeple.
Fun fact, I still think that is the only game at TI that a team got 0 kills. Us against them in
You
wild
just
cards.
stomped them?
Yeah, we beat them 17-0, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Yep,
trivia.
that's my contribution. Time for some more AUI history.
Story time? Yeah, so after Fnatic, I talked to the Quincy guys that are now, like SVG and them. So I went to coach them. They kicked Snaking from Universe. In retrospect, a very bad idea. Not because Universe is a bad player, but basically that team ended up with Resolution, Yawar, and Universe cores, who are 3 cores that don't really talk very much.
Yeah.
Because Resolution turned into like some sort of hyper carry 1v5 person. He used to be a captain. He captained Empire. He captained like these teams back in 2014.
And when he played mid, he would talk as well.
Yes. But he didn't like talk.
Well,
the
even
same way.
position 1 at TI, he would talk back.
I mean, he still talked, but not like the the modern core that would lead the game at some point. And like we tried so much to improve that team. We had like the backup forward. They're a good org for the first part, right? And SVG, like I think in Dota, like this is like when for me it's like when I first really want to work on my human skills and like my team skills. It was mostly because of SVG. I think SVG is probably the smartest person I've worked with in Dota. Like
I've heard that from a few people.
Yeah. Just he's like how he thinks. Like there's so many times like the team's just on the brink of disbanding. I'm the coach. I'm supposed to do this stuff, and SVG just reel us back in. He would like just look at each player and say like, I believe in you guys to do this. I know you guys can do it. Stuff like that. Like stuff that like you would think is basic, but it's not done in Dota. Anyways, team breaks up. After the Dream Hack major or whatever, Universe leaves. SVG quits. Chinese retirement. We get Quinn and Kitrak with Snaking come in.
So why did you go with Kitrak again after the really bad experience you had last time?
I mean, we had a bad experience, but I think if we had stuck with him and gone to bootcamp with each other, like we could have worked on it. But it was just like I think in the Dota scene, like Moon and Envy are the 2 people who jump to conclusions the fastest. They jump to a conclusion and they just set on it. It's not necessarily always. It's not like a bad thing, but
you make mistakes.
Yeah, you can have wrong judgment easily. Anyway, so Kitrak, like, I mean, mostly we got Kitrak since he believed in him. But that team was really weird with Kitrak. He basically sat on his computer and talked to Boba all day. He wasn't really part of the team. So eventually,
Bulba always.
Boba's a little shit. So I don't think we qualified for the Disneyland major with that team. We lost to a bunch of people, and then that's when where Gunnar got kicked by Envy twice or something. Just chased him around teams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where his fucked up stuff started happening. That was not cool. Whatever happened? Blah blah blah. We got Highlight Eye to come back in.
Again?
Yeah. Pai's a very charismatic guy. Like everyone likes him.
Yeah, it's
worked with
easy
him.
to like, yeah.
Yeah. But he's not like I don't think he's like a poppy captain, you know?
Oh,
Like he's easy to work with. He's like not a bad captain either. But again, like he didn't have the
Killer
SV
instinct.
No, it's not the killer instinct. He didn't have the SVG style captain where like you bring your team's spirits and morale up. You hold everything together as a captain.
Right.
I think that's I think that's what Kuroki does on Liquid. That's why Enigma. When Armin stood in for Kuroki, they look good as a team. Because all the work that Kuroki does is a lot of outside the game stuff, setting up his teammates for success, building the foundations, building systems where you can succeed even if you don't have Kuro. I mean, you still need him there after a certain point. They'll break down without him. But I think that's like if you look at when Armin stands in for anyone else, the team looks way worse. Because of the systems that Kuroki set up. There's a reason why Miracle thinks he's the best captain. Because like he works with them. He's like, this is amazing. I've never had anything like this. I think it's something that No-Tail has done too at this point. I mean, Miracle works with No-Tail, but I think that it developed over time, right?
Right.
So it doesn't have that. So anyways, that team, we go to TI. We lose to Beast Coast. I think in scrims, that team was really good actually before TI. Like top 4 good. We dumpstered like everyone in scrims. We had like a 70-something% win rate. Like OG are playing on bad conditions apparently, but like we thought they were trash. We picked like a ton of like support Visage, and we were like I think we are like 11-1 with support Visage, and we picked it once at TI. We lost with it, and we never picked it again.
Which team was this?
Newbie.
Okay.
OG won that. We lost to OG in the upper bracket. They wisp Bristle, and then they dove some fountain.
I was laughing.
And then we played that's really funny. It was
I
super funny.
remember I laughed so hard in the cast because I remember Pilot I wrote OK GG in all chat.
Yeah.
I was like, that's like the funniest comment I've ever seen from a losing player. Just writing OK while you're getting fountain dough.
Yeah.
Oh man, I lost my shit. That was so funny.
And then after that, like I thought, so there's a time where we were playing as Beast Coast. I think it was 1-1. And this one stands out to me because I think I failed as a coach here. Like everyone was sort of down, or maybe it was 1-0. I can't remember. I remember the old ones better because I was more happy then. But I remember like I couldn't bring the
That
team
isn't
back.
relatable. Huh?
like they needed someone to come in there and just be like it's okay guys, you perform how you did in scrims, you got this. But it's just I don't know what was wrong with me. Like I didn't sleep well or something. Like I just couldn't say the words, and I even knew I should say it, but like I didn't feel like I should coach them after that because they still wanted me to stay on as coach when SVG came back. But like I was just like I shouldn't do this. Like I need to go and learn more. Because I really like the players on the team. Like they're my favorite humans in Dota, I think.
The
Like,
current
as a
Quincy
team.
crew?
Yeah. Like I think Mojo, SVG, Yawar, and Quinn, like they're 4 easily my favorite people in the scene. It's like not even close. I mean, obviously there's some like I really like working with Arteezy, for example. But like everyone on that team like made me think about who I am. Like not because they're doing anything, but just how they are and like want to change a bit to be better. So anyways, I go back to playing with Envy after that. Make a team with
Yeah, when in doubt, go back
Moon,
to Envy.
Envy, Brio, myself, and
Is this Fighting Pandas?
yeah, who was our offlane? It wasn't Kezu, right? No, it was it was Snaking. So yeah, I think we sucked. We're just bad at Dota. There's no hope. Going into the darkness. And then Snake and Envy left. We got Skitter and a Kezu. That team was a team I felt like a real captain on. I think how I worked with Kezu and Skitter, like I still work with them now because we just enjoy working with each other. Like I watch replays with them and stuff. I watch a bunch of replays with Tundra. I watch individual replays with Kezu. But eventually, like, so what happened was Skitter had bad internet from his home, so he went to like rent a apartment or something near university just to play Dota from. But like, apparently the conditions were super shit. He was eating like McDonald's every day or something. He just started playing like absolute garbage. And then
McDonald's, huh?
like or just trash food, and like apparently the window was open as super cold, so he couldn't play. And he's like not functional as a human being, so he couldn't fix his shit. I mean, and then like he just started playing like absolute garbage. Like he went from like a ranked top 20 player to like a ranked 300 carry. And at some point, Moon was just like, either we kick Skitter or I'm leaving. like you kick Skitter or you kick me because I don't want to play anymore. Like I was really unhappy with, like all of us were unhappy with him. But honestly, like I wish I stood up at this point in that team, because like we ended up kicking Skitter, and ever since that, like I stopped being the captain, and like Moon became like more of the captain. But like Moon's a really good player, but like my impact on that team was like, not, like I lost my will to play after that, I think. And like we looked good at like the Bukovo minor, like the we played Bukovo minor. Actually, that was still with Envy. We like, and they left, and then I can't remember. I honestly like the recent events are harder for me to remember. And then eventually like I got like we kicked Skitter, we got HFN. HFN's really good, but I didn't enjoy playing with him because there's like a language barrier, and he's playing on the super high ping, and like my mentality was like super shattered at this point. And then yeah, so I think HFN left, I got kicked, Kezu left, and then they got like new players, and now they're undying. And I just like I went and jerked off for like 6 months. Is
Did that help?
Yeah, I think
It's good.
Get it out of your system.
my evolution as like a human was really good the past while. Like I think
Jerking off will do that to you.
yeah, I think how I think about things is better now.
Yes. It's called post-nut clarity.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been casting recently now.
Yeah. So
You've been
at some
paneling.
point, I messaged God and said, "I'm bored. Can I cast?"
Yeah.
I legit said like I don't want to replace anyone because like I don't care about the money, but I know people need to cast during Corona.
Yeah.
So at first I wasn't being paid, but
Oh.
retroactively they paid me because they're good
Yeah.
people and they don't.
Thanks
do
for not
the
taking my
slave
job,
labor.
Curtis. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I tried. I was like, I don't want to take anyone's job as a Suns fan.
Imagine Sunsfan's job.
Yeah, I just
Never.
sometimes sounds
Impossible. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and then basically here we are, I guess. I think that's my entire history as a player.
The
It took a long
AUI
time.
lore.
So you're
That's
gonna
not
play
hard.
again after the major.
I think I'm done playing. I
You're
don't
done playing.
I don't like the team dynamic as a player. I feel like I don't know, my arms aren't that good first of all. Like that's part of the reason why I fell off on the previous team Undying, like Crazy and stuff. I didn't talk about Crazy at all, but they were a really good org and they run out of money because of coronavirus. My arms get really bad, and then like it affects my play. I can't pub as much. I can't try as much, and then I just don't enjoy it, I guess. And like when you're in a team, like the conflicts are just they get so bad sometimes. Like
Very messy.
it's super messy. Maybe it's also like the people I played with a bit, but like I think I would enjoy playing casually. Like just with a bunch of friends, you can play in these shitty NA tier 2 qualifiers, you know,
Yeah.
and just have fun. Like I think that would be something I would want to do.
So how do you like casting and paneling?
I think casting is something that like aligns with my mindset of like I want to improve myself as a human a bit more. I think paneling is really short and it feels really easy to find like any random thing to talk about.
Yeah,
So it's not as enjoying, I think.
Yeah.
But it's not like bad to do, and our moments are fun, but it's a lot of waiting around and like not doing anything. And I don't feel like it challenges you in any real ways.
Do you feel the same way, Sandra?
I just think it's two different fields entirely, right? It also depends what your role is on a panel, right, and what kind of panel it is. Like some panels where, like, let's say, it depends how many people are on it. It depends who the people are, and it depends what it is you're supposed to talk about, right? If it's literally just the draft, then you're talking about pick by pick. But if it's like all this like mixed stuff with like team history, with cracking jokes, all this like,
Yeah.
I think the thing that's most
No,
rewarding,
it can be fun, right? For
right?
sure.
That's the thing that's most rewarding for me about panel versus casting is that I think on panels there's more natural banter in panels. It's something we do a lot in casting, which I think is missing from casting. We have both agreed forever that casting is too strict. So like it's like the meta of casting is play-by-play, expert, and people have like these set roles in the game, and you talk about what's happening, and then you talk about blah blah blah, which is what everybody got used to. But I think a lot of the time it can be really nice to sometimes just spice it up with a joke, talk about something unrelated, like just anything that makes it lively. My experience with watching stuff is that it's just on average it's more fun to watch people that have fun, and it's easier to have fun if you're not like limited, right? So the less chained you are in a cast, the more you can be yourself.
See, it's
That's
funny
what we
because
do.
I look at other scenes and I've said this on a couple interviews before, where every game, every esport has their certain way of casting. Now, the thing that's interesting about it is it's not always the same style as Dota. Like, I go to a different game, it's completely different style, but that is the style of the game. It feels like there's no variety.
Right.
So if you do something different, obviously some people are going to really like it because it's different, but then there's a lot of people like, that's just incorrect. I don't want this casting style for this serious game. But, I mean, what do you think, anyway? Because you've been casting with Slacks.
Yeah,
Which-
so I was wondering what Cinder was talking about because Slacks. I think I had shell shock the first time I casted it. Like,
Yeah, it
he
makes
was,
sense.
like during our cast, he was just like yelling at Capitals across the venue. He was shaking his legs so hard I couldn't control my mouse. I actually didn't know what was
So
happening.
that's what you mean with the challenges that you need to overcome.
Yes.
During casting, it's actually not casting;
No.
it's the fact that it's fucking Slacks.
Yeah, but like with casting, because I'm very confident in my Dota knowledge. I'm very confident in how I can like build learning for the audience, like introduce concepts. But like, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you take someone like Cap who's AKMMR as an analyst compared to me, like I think everything he'll say will be very relevant and will teach everyone who's watching. Because like, how many people are gonna notice the difference between my analysis and Cap's analysis? Like, I think it's very small. So like,
Yeah.
the thing about casting is like, I need to work on the other elements of it other than analysis more. And I think that's interesting to me right now. So I honestly don't think people are good enough at Dota to understand most of what's said in a cast, like,
Right.
or to understand it in a way that's like understand it enough to like think about it critically.
A lot of the things the things that we think are interesting and like really like the small little facets
Yeah,
don't really apply to 95% of the player
Yeah,
base.
and I
because
think
the things don't happen in that way anyway, and you can, but that doesn't mean you can't appreciate it when you see the pro teams
Yeah.
do it, right? So you can
Yeah.
like maybe it's like you go to a lecture about quantum physics and you're like, wow, this is super interesting, and then you come home and you're like, I didn't fucking get anything, but it was
Yeah.
really interesting in the moment.
no,
right?
I think there's a balance, though, right?
Right.
'Cause I think at some point during my cast in NADBC, like, I talk about the stuff I would find interesting only,
Mhm.
and like the stuff I find interesting takes like 30 seconds to talk about.
Mm.
So, like, my balance is really out of whack, and it's like something I've actively had to try to work on.
Well, I think you're a natural. I mean, again, anytime you're getting into a new profession, if you want to call it that, it takes time to adapt to. I mean, everybody has their own style, right?
Yeah.
And the stuff that you bring to the table is already so unique that, yeah, as long as you
Yeah.
can refine everything over time.
You
it's
got
gonna-
shout out threads for casting with Slacks. That is exceptionally rare.
That's true. Anytime I cast with Slacks, it's a hate
Yeah.
thread. It's the
I
complete.
mean, actually, I think Sax is a pretty good caster.
You unlocked a rare. You got the rarest achievement. I think you had 2 or 3 threads on
Yeah.
the front page of shout out to AUI and Slacks for the great casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slacks is usually stop fucking casting and go put on the clown suit. So that's amazing.
I wonder to let us cast at the rest of the games. I think they might be a bit too serious for us.
I hope not. Because
I hope not,
could stop
too.
casting.
I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes people okay, so there's this balance, right? I think sometimes people forget that it's entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's important that the pros have all the conditions that they need to play the game seriously and not get interrupted by clowny shit, so they can be professional about their craft. But most of people watching are there to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, so it's about, you don't want to disrespect the team by just disregarding the fact that they're playing Dota at all. But at the same time, I also feel like it's good that it's not literally, this is only about literally everything in this game, and you can't make fun of anything. You have to be
Yeah.
really careful
But
because blah,
people
blah, blah.
are
You know, like,
they're so stuck up.
yeah, it's
People are just set in their ways.
it's
I mean,
fun when there's flavor. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should start like flaming the players or whatever, but
I will
like,
flame the players
I
for
mean,
you.
you sure good, but it's just I think sometimes it's smart or just healthy to think about the fact that when people watch for different reasons, but the majority of people that watch are watching it as a very casual thing, either because they're a fan of the teams or the game, and they want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And that's why there's like a subset of people. I think the way Sunsfan and I cast, for example, and you and Slacks, you are going to get negative feedback from people because there are some people that only care about the Dota and nothing else. And you can't make them super happy at the same time you make the people that are there to have a laugh happy. You can't mediate these two things. It's just not possible. So like at some point it's like if a lot of people, if it's like overwhelmingly positive and people feel like it's a breath of fresh air, that compensates for the like small hardcore group of people that just really only want the Dota, right? And that's kind of something I had to realize because a while back I was very conscious about negative feedback because I wasn't getting very much negative feedback at the time compared to like other casters, right? Because back then I'm talking like I don't know what, say 8 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there weren't very analytical casters, so the fact
Yeah,
that
you're
I
the
even
best
had
analytical
analytical
caster, right? Yeah.
insight, right? People were like, "Holy shit, this guy!" Compared to what we were used to from back in Dota 1 or whatever. This was like a totally different thing. Like, wow, somebody who actually plays a high level and knows these things. So when I was getting some negative feedback, I didn't have very much experience with that. So I took it like very much to heart. And at some point, I was just like, you know what? Like, you can't make everyone happy at the same time. So if the overwhelming majority is enjoying what you're doing and you're mixing things up and you're trying something new and you're having fun, then, you know, that's good. It's. I think the mentality I adopted was if you try to make everyone happy, you're making no one happy, right?
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
you can't cater to everyone at once.
Right.
So I think that's why it's really good when tournaments have different stuff. I think that's why Slacks is really successful because he does some. In the beginning, I think he was very, very polarized.
Oh, yeah.
Like some people fucking hated it. So like, where is my serious Dota? And a lot of people were like, man, where's this been for 5 years?
Yeah.
Why don't we have these clowny segments and these skits and shit? It's fucking funny. And I think over time, this has like grown on the community more. And I think you just accept that, okay, not everything is for you. So the thing that some people are looking for, they might not get all the time, and vice versa.
So
I
they
think
go on
it's great.
Twitter and yell at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's all about filtering that negative feedback. Okay, let's move on to the AniMajor, where we can talk about standings and
Sorry,
whatnot.
this is very long. I think I talked a lot about
About an hour and a half.
shit.
Our usual guest episodes are 2 hours.
Okay, how
We're at
long?
an hour and 36 minutes.
Okay,
So this is actually on par.
nice.
And I think one of ours was real long. I forget who that was, but okay. Let me just set up the overlay to properly work here.
Press button.
And actually, I can
Ooh.
change this
Very
to
pretty.
be on this. Since
You
we
should
have,
have had that from the start.
yeah, probably.
Just have that there the whole time.
Okay. So, okay, good.
This is
Working.
really good production quality.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did it myself.
Sponsored by Esports GG.
All right, so we can kind of go over the first two group stages, if you want to call it, just somewhat quickly, and then we can talk about the playoffs and our expectations and everything. So wildcard, Vici Gaming, and Team Nigma ended up coming out on top, so that means that they moved on to the group stage, which means Gambit, Execration, Secret, and IG have been eliminated. Was any surprises for you guys?
Going in?
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to place the top four. I think the bottom two were expected. But for me, I think I personally picked, I think, Secret to go through over Nigma, but it was really hard to know, right? I feel like a lot of the
I
time
do
when
the
you go
same.
to this, yeah, a lot of
I
the
mean,
time
you're going in with no information at all.
Yeah.
You're basically just guessing.
I just had a hunch about Vici for some reason that they were going to be better than IG, and I can't tell you why.
Because they beat them in
There's just a
in
feeling.
China.
I mean, these teams beat each
Because
other.
IG,
They
IG
all
had a
beat.
standing,
They all beat each other.
but they have a standing.
I think he played fine. I don't think Super
Changing
was
your
a-
team dynamic is.
I mean, sure.
I mean, it's like
It's the coach, though.
if you have to guess, it's going to be the team with a standing.
Right. I suppose.
All right, so that was the wild card, which lasted a couple days, and now the last few days we've been casting and paneling the group stage. So bottom two were eliminated, which is Team Liquid and Beast Coast. And then teams that end up going to the lower bracket of the main bracket of the entire playoffs are Vici, EG, TNC, and Team Spirit, which we'll look at those brackets in a second. And then the top two end up going to the upper bracket, which is PSG, LGD, and Nigma. So thoughts on this bracket here? Were you guys surprised? I mean, Liquid obviously, I guess, underperforming, if you want to call it that. A lot of people had higher expectations. I thought Spirit, I didn't know what to expect from them, but they looked pretty good. Despite, like, they were kind of off and on, but when they were good, they were really good.
I actually think Spirit is my biggest positive surprise of the tournament. Not because they are in a great spot, right? They still got sixth. They barely scraped by. But considering, like, I think 4 of their players is their first LAN. They have very inexperienced squad, and they took games off of Titans, right? And they got a lot of really good draws.
Yeah.
And the one of the 2 series that they lost was against Liquid, where they let them have Brood twice,
Yeah,
fourth, fifth. And I think if they didn't do that, they could have won that series 2-0 or at least draw, and then they wouldn't even have had to play the tiebreaker that they ended up glitching out, which is also pretty tight.
Who was 2-0 them?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I think
actually,
it was
it says
Nigma.
here.
Was it Enigma? I think it was Enigma.
Spirit got 2-0'd by Vici and Enigma. Wait, no, that's Beast Coast. Sorry,
It was Enigma.
it was Enigma. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't see their logo.
Oh, I thought the Beast Coast logo was a spirit, but
Yeah,
they got 2-0 by Enigma and Liquid.
Enigma got second again though, so they've been second in wildcard, second in round robin. So now they're gonna get second in the tournament. They get second everywhere.
The tournament colors are Enigma's team colors.
that is true. Okay, so this moves us on to, again, as of this recording, the playoffs have not started. This is the bracket. So
I think it's
obviously
pretty hard
starting
to see on screen now. But
is it? I mean, people can zoom. Like,
maybe.
They
I
can
don't-
go to Liquipedia
yeah,
and find
you
it
can go to.
themselves.
That's true. So we have VP versus. Let's just pick winners and everything.
Okay,
for this.
sure.
VP versus Nigma,
Nigma
Alliance.
I think VP are going to win that.
You think VP?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Nigma are from the. I mean, they came from the wild cards and now they're
Yeah.
upper bracket, so they're a pretty good storyline.
The thing that's really special about this tournament format that we have in the majors this year is that there's these teams that are here for like a week that don't play any games. Like you just
Yeah.
There are 6 teams now that premiere after we have played games for a week.
Yeah. What do you guys think of that?
I think it's trash.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either, just because I think
Do you think it's more of an advantage or disadvantage?
that's not really necessarily my problem with it. It's not whether they benefit from it or not. It's about whether it's fair for the tournament structure in its entirety, right? Like what you end up gaining, let's say in your region, for example, let's take No Ping Esports versus, or let's just take VP versus who was the VP versus Spirit, right? They played, because VP got the higher standing in the CIS region by 1 over Spirit, they don't have to play an entire round robin with 7 global teams, and they start in the upper bracket because they beat 1 team in their own region only. In the past, you would go into these major tournaments and either teams would be seeded or play like a big round robin or whatever, so that the teams get matched up against each other. Because what might end up turning out here is that some of these teams that start in the upper bracket, many of them might just get destroyed by wildcard teams. Like that could easily happen.
So you both pick VP? Is that it?
I picked Nigma, but I have literally no clue how good VP are going to be. Like
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like we have no
Exactly.
data, right?
I talked to other players. They've been playing 6 games every day for a
Yeah.
couple weeks.
I think they're really good.
The last major, Epileptic Kid played 0 games before they had to compete because he was really sick.
Okay.
And I think that team might have been the best team in the last major.
I actually picked them to win the tournament, didn't I? In our
You might
bold
have.
predictions.
I had really high expectations from the last major as well.
So it's kind of literally played 0 games.
It's kind of colored by that, like their inexperience and how badly they did last time. But if the conditions are really different this time, they might be.
I
Super
think it's
good.
hard for that team to win the tournament because of the factors you mentioned. Just the inexperience. But they're really fucking good for sure.
So loser of that will play Vici Gaming.
Oh my goodness.
That's a pretty tough matchup for anybody.
Strong gauntlet to start
That's
out with.
shit for Vici. Whoever you got. I
That's
think whoever loses will be Vici.
Do you think so?
Imagine Vici getting first in the wild card and then getting good results in the groups and then not even getting top.
Right.
8.
All right. So
they only had to play 30 games to get 0 points and $0.
That's true.
It's really fun to have that.
Yeah.
everybody's been talking about how Alliance got the worst draw. It's Alliance versus LGD. I don't know how they actually drew. Do you guys know anything about
It's
this?
based on it's a combination. It's not even a draw. It's just flat out seeding. There was no randomness.
It was
Oh.
it was by your DPC points and then your difference in games in your DPC region. I think it was I think it ended up sort of being weird, but that had been decided for a long time. It just wasn't told to the teams because Valve has a rule that no one should get to know their opponent before, like everyone gets to know their opponent at the same time.
Oh, I see.
Like I think it's been like that for most Valve tournaments. So I don't think it's like unfair. It's just sort of unfortunate that because like it's so hard to seed these games off leagues.
The thing that's the most unlucky in a way about this, I mean, it's both lucky and unlucky. It's like the way the regions end up getting stacked, right? You
Yeah.
have T1 against Aster. If T1 loses, they play another SEA team. Then there's one SEA team left. You have Quincy versus No Ping, so that's the Americas. If whatever team
Americas
loses them
always
faces
play
EG,
tournaments,
right?
Yeah,
So
that
it's like
does suck.
what's cool about international events is that the regions cross-play, but unfortunately things just land in this time around. Just
The thing is, what I've heard is like even if you seed it based on other things, like I can't remember what it was.
major placement.
Yeah, it's
It
like
would still have been the same.
It would have been the same because LGD would be first, but they can't play against Nigma because they played already.
Yeah.
So then you would still have VP versus Nigma or whatever, and then
So who would you guys pick between these two?
LGD.
Alliance.
wait,
LGD.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that
You're
Say
not
what?
allowed to say that.
because it's Alliance.
Oh shit. We pick Alliance. Go Alliance.
AUI.
I think
I
I
think-
pick Alliance to lose that series really fast.
Okay.
All right.
That's-
Any reason? Is because LGD is like looking real good right now? Because they
Some
are.
things I've heard in scrims.
Oh.
I
Okay.
don't think Alliance has been performing well.
Okay. Well,
Damn.
nice inside information here. Okay. Team Aster versus T1.
Aster.
I think everyone probably picks Aster here. I would assume.
Defense get really mad though.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
I
Loser
told
of
you-
Alliance LGD plays Team Spirit, which I assume we think. Well, if you're saying Alliance is underperforming,
I want to see how Alliance look. I think Spirit
Yeah.
can beat Alliance.
Or LGD.
Yeah, but
I don't think Spirit can
but
be
if
LGD.
we're both expecting LGD to win,
Yeah.
then we would say Alliance.
I think
I want to see how good Alliance look. If
The
they
thing
don't
is-
look good, I think Spirit is.
yeah, you know these
We'll
these
see.
controversies, they mess with your head as a player.
Mm.
Like, I think part of the reason why OG started performing so poorly was like the controversies. Like you're thinking about it instead of just thinking about the game, and like they baited themselves into it. But
people not picking them to win drama. Is that what you're referring to?
no, the OG ones. Like, I'm using it as an example.
Hmm.
But like yeah, for Alliance, yeah, exactly. Like
And the
then,
coach
like-
stuff, I guess.
yeah, just it's like it's really annoying as a player to have like your org do something like that. That's
Yeah.
not really related to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, understandable. Okay.
Yeah, I
So-
think Aster's the favorite. China's just been looking really strong. Aster's the team that came out number 1 from China.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're the best Chinese team in the tournament, though. That's what I want to see.
Like in my head, I can't imagine them being better than LGD.
They could be.
I think
They
how
could be
LGD play is insane. So if they're better than LGD, I just think Aster's gonna win the tournament.
Yeah. I think if Aster look on the same level as the Chinese teams, I'm very confident 2 out of top 3 will be China at that point. Like the teams that seem most likely to upset it now would be VP. If they are really good, then they could take a top 3 spot. I think based on what we've seen, Nigma could take a top 3 spot. And then the rest, I just don't
Quincy
know.
with Mojo is gonna win the tournament.
Quincy's going to be awesome to watch.
So
I'm excited to watch them.
they play no ping, which I haven't gotten. I mean, obviously they had some, I guess you could call it controversy with the whole anxiety GGing out, but they ended
Right.
up being upper bracket anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how strong they are at all, though.
I
don't know
think
either.
Quincy are the favorites.
Yeah, I mean Quincy again. I mean AUI and I are kind of biased in this, but obviously he coached them at one point. I've cast a lot of them. They look really good.
I feel like that's I don't know, the best way I can explain the way I feel about the team is just this unrealized potential, right? I think they're so potentially really good, but on the big stage, they haven't got that like top 3, you know?
So Quincy crew.
Yeah, I
think
really
they
think
have-
when they play their best, they look like
Well,
a
the
team
top
that can
is it
win.
the only land they've been to. I mean, MSS wasn't at the first.
Yeah,
round, right?
but
And
also
then-
like the teams they had before that with similar players, right? Like at TI,
Right.
what was it? They were the
Bacon, Pilot Eye,
yeah. What was the team called?
Newbie.
No, last TI. Who did SVG play with? What was that team called?
SVG didn't play TN. Oh, VGJ Storm.
Yes,
TI8?
VGJ Storm. Also,
Jeremy Lin's team.
what was that TI8 actually?
That's TI8.
Okay, but that as well, they looked like okay when they play their best, they can beat literally anyone. They were like, it was interesting to watch because it was like there's like moments of the game where like okay these guys are gonna crush and then randomly just drop the ball out of nowhere in certain situations, just maybe lack of experience or
So you both would
whatever it
pick.
is.
I mean,
but I still think they're
AUI. You're actually picking Quincy crew to win. I think
tournament?
yeah. Oh, okay. We'll get to that after this. So loser of this plays EG.
Let's see the bracket.
I feel like all of us are gonna pick EG in this scenario if it's no ping.
EG have actually looked really shaky.
They have been a bit weird.
Yeah, but it is EG. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, they're probably
their
still winning
players
that
like legit tilted out of the games.
Do you think that? I mean, there's this whole narrative. They've already qualified for TI. Does that actually affect you mentally?
I really think it shouldn't, but maybe it does.
I mean, the thing is, these players they've had worse results than they should have at TI. All of them. Like the quality of players on that team, and a lot of it in a lot of teams in our past has been like TI burnout, where you just like boot camp for too long. You go full force for every tournament. I think there's a reason. Like even in sports, right? Like people go way more ham into playoffs than regular season, right? Like even at the end of seasons, like you'll bench your best players just to reserve energy and stuff.
Yeah.
I
But
think
this
there's
year
some
has
merit
been
to it.
yeah, this year has been so slow though.
They're
right?
also super superstitious. I'm pretty sure they think winning the major before TI is bad luck. So
That could. Yeah.
so
But also taking time off, aka like the secret strat, the original secret.
I mean, I don't think anyone will ever do that again.
Yeah.
That was so
That's
fucking
one end
dumb.
of the extreme for sure.
But my main thing here was that like I definitely believe like you can burn out, you could play too much, but I don't think that should be a problem this year. Like there hasn't been enough events because of COVID. You haven't had this like nonstop travel that some of the teams had as a problem in the past, right? EG being one of them. Like last year, before COVID, EG was going to so many international lands in a row.
No, I think you're
But-
correct. But the feeling of burnout isn't necessarily rational and logical. So, like, even if, like, somewhere in your subconscious is just like, I think it's better to have a small break before TI, not go all the way out. Even if you don't want to believe that, like, maybe sometimes it'll just end up being the best thing for you.
Right, but I meant for this tournament specifically. You were saying that
Yeah.
EG has been not training so much for this tournament because they're worried about burnout for TI, or
It's just, they're not. I don't think they're treating it like I think they worked way harder for the Singapore major,
okay.
and I think they'll work way harder for TI. It's not like they're not working. It's not like they're not wanting to win
Right.
and perform, but like they're not going to go as ham.
Okay.
And I think that's just human. Like you can't play 100% always.
All right, let's get. I guess the last thing we can talk about is just predictions overall. Do you have an underdog, like a wild card type thing, a dark horse, and then top three?
Dark Horse, Quincy, and VP.
What? Wait, how is Quincy a dark horse?
Well, no one really thinks
No one is gonna. No one.
like they don't have the results to back up a deep run.
If people had to put their money on it, very few people would put Quincy top 3.
That's
So
because
they're a
nobody
dark.
knows about.
They're a dark horse for me.
Okay.
because of that.
All right, fair enough.
And VP are a dark horse for me because they bombed out so hard last major that expectations are lower. But I
Okay.
do think they are.
They got top 8, right? They
No.
got 7-8.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they just barely scrape by top 8?
They lost to Thunder Predator, and Thunder Predator got 5-6.
All right. I think.
But that was a bomb out for them with the
Right.
expectations. Yeah.
I think I hadn't placed top 3 at that for sure.
Yeah, I did too.
So I think VP, Quincy, and Nigma for me realistically are the only 3 Western teams that I think have a good shot at top 3. I don't think the other, or rather non-Chinese even. I think those are the 3 non-Chinese teams that have the best chance.
You don't think EG can make a run?
To top 3, I don't think they're going to do it. Not based on what I've seen so far. Like I don't feel like we have any reason to be confident, right? The groups
Yeah.
did not look pretty. Usually the
So what's
the
your end
tournament-
top three then?
My top 3,
2 of them are Chinese, obviously.
yeah, 2 are Chinese and the third one is Nigma.
Really?
But I don't know what the other. I don't know what the 2 Chinese teams are because I haven't seen Aster. That's why it's so hard to.
This
predict.
is where you pick them.
Okay, so I'll take Aster and
LGD. Okay.
yeah, Aster, LGD, and Nigma.
Curtis, what do you got? Dark horse and then top 3.
Like for a serious prediction?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, there's just so little data, right?
Well,
Like, we haven't
that's
seen
what
6
makes
of
it
these
fun.
teams.
Shannon loves that. Shannon loves guessing.
I think LGD, how they play Dota, is very good. So they should get top 3.
Okay.
I think VP should get top 3 at this tournament.
Okay.
And like I didn't watch any Aster games, to be honest. I watched like 2 games or something.
I mean, it's okay
I
to
watched
go
it-
off the strength of the region
actually-
alone, right?
I watched like 4 XXS teams actually. But that's an XXS team. They're actually really good too. I want to say Quincy Crew, but like it's probably Aster.
Okay, so you still have 2 Chinese
I think
teams.
Quincy Crew's good. Like they have the most potential to make the upset.
Right.
So
Okay.
Quincy dark horse as well.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
think so.
Your top 3 was Aster, LGD, and VP. So it's the same as me,
Think so.
but with VP instead of Nigma.
Yeah, I mean Nigma, they might be just like whoever wins between VP and Nigma. I think that's far.
Gets
Right?
top
Like,
3.
if VP wins versus Nigma, I think you would say they're gonna get top 3 too, right? Most likely. Or
I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. I think even if VP win that series, Nigma might still have a better chance because I want to see VP play the Chinese teams. Nigma have already proven they can do that.
Yeah, they went.
They
well
have a
versus
lot more
LGD.
experience playing cross region,
Okay,
and
but I will say
Yeah.
I know VP. They scrim primarily Chinese. I think they scrimmed a lot of China at this event,
okay,
and they scrimmed a lot of EU team. Like what's interesting, they scrimmed all the EU teams a lot, including Nigma, because Eastern Europe's gonna scrim Western Europe as top scrim partners during DPC. So like Nigma and Virtus Pro, they know each other really well, which is why I think that game's like gonna be that matchup. I think is the best matchup in the first round for sure.
All right, I'm going top 3 in no particular order. VP, LGD, Quincy Crew. Dark horse is TNC.
okay.
TNC, they haven't been
Okay,
as
awesome.
consistent,
Quincy
but
gets
they
top
have
3 then.
looked, when they win, they
Yeah, I
look
want Quincy
really good.
Crew to win. That'll be
Yeah, you're rooting
super
for
cool.
That would
Quincy
be
Crew.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I just want them to get a really high placement, whatever it is. I just think it would be great to finally see that potential realized, right?
Yeah.
It always feels like they have it in them, but something goes wrong. So
All right.
it should be the time it does.
I believe we have come to our final segment.
Oh,
ladies
look
and
at
gentlemen.
us! 2 hours. We're there.
There we go. We get the 2 cans. Very important that you see the same thing twice.
Still
now,
here.
this is the trivia portion. Don't look at my phone.
Okay.
Trivia portion, and of course, syndereN and Curtis,
where they all cheat. That's the
aka
cool thing.
AUI 2000, they both sent me questions for themselves, and of course, they both sent them on 2 different platforms, one on WhatsApp and one on Discord. So this is going to be really annoying for me to put together here. So I have to go back and forth with these garbage freaking things. They probably can't. I haven't actually read them yet.
He makes us send him stuff, but he doesn't read it.
Yeah.
I didn't have
He
time.
marked them as red.
I had to put all this production value into this.
It's really good, by the way.
You were playing
That's
Dota
right.
with
It might
AUI.
be double the production value you needed.
Thank you.
That's actually true.
This is all for esports.gg. Great sponsor. Okay, so this is for syndereN. This is an AUI trivia question. The first book I learned. Okay, this is in his voice.
I
of
don't.
course.
I don't.
What?
Is this a trivia? Okay, whatever.
I mean, you sent it. I asked
I didn't
you.
know what they were
Alright.
for. You just sent me. You said 3 interesting facts about yourself. I was like,
I
what's that
said
even
3
mean?
trivia questions I need for you, and it took him literally 5 hours to get them, and he had to consult several people among the talent, and this is what he came
I
up
didn't
with.
know it's trivia.
And I have
must
yet to.
misheard.
I literally
I thought
only
they were
said
like
the word
fun
trivia.
facts.
There's literally no. There's
Well,
no
when
way
I
I
was
guessed
talking
anything.
to Cheever
so
in
if-
front of you, I said fun facts.
If this is, I mean, trivia is fun fact.
Okay, whatever.
If I read this, does it
It's
give the
impossible.
answer?
Yes.
Okay, so you read it in a way that will give the, like, an air of mystery, so that syndereN
Usually there's like multiple choice.
Yeah.
This
you
is
want-
like an anecdote.
All right, just make it out of your ass then. I don't care.
Do you
Or
think-
just if you want to replace it with your favorite color, we can do that too.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I like this anecdote though. I want to read it.
Go ahead.
No, because so the first book I learned to read as a kid, I just memorized all the words from making my sister read it to me. So I couldn't actually read the book. And I just memorized and recited to my parents so they thought I could read. But I couldn't. I was like
That's impressive,
or
actually.
something. So I'm pretty convinced I can't read now. I've just memorized how much the words look. And
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what's the first book I actually read.
Oh, okay.
Like how I didn't.
Okay.
You take a guess.
Give a multiple choice then. Just make up 3 books.
Yeah, I don't know 3 kids books.
Okay, where's the name of the book
Alright,
in
there's
here?
a StarCraft strategy guide. There's a Pokemon like adventure book, and what's another book? It's clearly not the third one. So just
Definitely not. All right, I got a 50-50.
Yeah.
Why would your parents want you to prove to them that you can read the StarCraft strategy book?
why would they want me to read the Pokemon book?
That's
I just
feels
gave
like
you
something you
two
would buy for your
options.
kids.
So what's your answer?
Pokemon book.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very
Yeah.
good.
My parents were very worried. They thought I couldn't read. I still can't. But yeah, my
It would
first
be-
book. It was like a 4th grade reading level, and they thought I couldn't read or something. when I
How
was-
cool would your parents be though if they quizzed you in the StarCraft strategy book? That would
That's
have
like
been
the
amazing.
second book. Like I memorized. I still remember the stats of every unit in Brood War, because like it was like I don't know if I was poor as a kid or something. I never felt poor, but like we didn't have like cable or TV or anything. I never was allowed to watch TV, but I had like the Prima Brood War guide, and I literally memorized the entire thing. I still know how to do all the missions. I still know how to do all the units. Like
All right. Question for Kurt. Don't look.
okay,
This is the syndereN trivia for you,
these are
Curtis.
probably better. They're probably
What
actual
is
questions.
syndereN's worst win rate hero over 25 games? And I'll give you multiple
In
choice.
competitive or
In pubs. All of the pubs.
okay?
Is it Phantom Lancer? Is it Terror Blade? Or is it Pudge?
I feel like it's Phantom Lancer.
Correct. Very,
Very good. Can you guess
Very
what my win rate is?
30%.
That was close. It's 33, I think.
I was actually gonna say 32%.
Damn. Good guess.
All right.
Complete guess.
This, the second trivia question for AUI for
See,
syndereN.
these would
that
have
is.
been way better if
Yeah,
I knew.
this
So I was
was
like,
already-
what's my win
The
rate?
moment Shannon starts
What-
reading,
what
I
is
can just
this?
tell
This
him
was
his
already
rate.
answered in
I can
the
just see in your
lore
face, it's not a
section.
question.
Well, testing his memory.
What is his
Okay.
first video game that he made money? Wait, first video game I made money in. What was it?
StarCraft Brood War?
No.
Incorrect.
Was that not the one? Shit.
It is StarCraft 2
Oh, it was in StarCraft 2. You didn't make money in the first
because he
one.
played.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't compete in Brood War.
Oh.
Okay, that ended up being a good one now that I
That's good.
read it
Yeah.
correctly.
I
Yeah.
would have definitely not.
Fuck you.
All right, what was what is your first nickname, as in like the in-game nickname?
Yeah, the first
Okay.
nickname I ever had.
Okay, so I'll give you multiple choice. Is it Blaze, Scorch, Panda?
Scorch?
Very good. I don't know where the panda one came from.
I don't know either.
Couldn't think
It
of
is from a Lego Racers game I played. One of the first games. So with one of these like modeling sets came a CD. You could install that, and then there was a racing game. There were 3 different cars, and one of them was called Scorch. I was like, this is cool. The only reason I switched away from that nickname was that when I got a little older, I thought it was lame that my inspiration for my nickname was a Lego Racers game. It's a really good nickname. I should have never changed it.
Scorch and Sunsfin.
Scorch was a good nickname.
You pre-thought these options, but they suck. Because I guessed it based on the fact that I didn't think it would be A again, and Panda was bad.
Well, you're just great at process
Panda could
elimination.
definitely be the first nickname of someone.
I didn't
you
want
guys
to
would
go.
be evil masterminds.
I didn't want to go with
Scorch and
Panda.
like porcupine.
If I had paused, then you would have known it wasn't the answer as well.
Okay.
And the first thing in my head was Panda, and I don't know why. Okay, syndereN.
You're making it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm making it on the spot. That's
Oh,
what
that's
you
cute.
So he's up 2-1.
Sure, someone's keeping score.
Yeah.
syndereN, AUI dropped out of a specific, I guess it's the major at university with 1 year left, and he's really missing all the big bucks. He actually answered this in the AUI lore session that we had earlier today.
I did.
What was the major?
Did you?
I don't think I did.
I don't think you
No,
talked about
he
this.
definitely said it once.
On
but,
this
like,
podcast?
Yes.
I said I was taking a full course on it. I don't think I said.
I don't
Maybe
think you said
did.
which one it was.
Check the VODs, boys.
Do you want me to give you multiple choice? I mean,
No, you can't give them multiple
yeah,
choice.
I feel like
It's too obvious.
yeah.
There's only like
Computer
Field
science?
Hmm?
Computer science.
Incorrect. The correct answer is sociology.
Big bucks.
Sociology.
big bucks.
That's right.
Very big bucks.
Very big bucks.
So it was a trick question.
Well, how he phrased it. I didn't know there were trivia questions because he didn't explain the show.
Yeah, I definitely explained.
You can't count this as
remember,
a loss.
remember you were talking about that
It's like
certain
the
mindset
conditions.
to have. What's the option 3 of that book you were reading? Because that is what happened when I told you to come up with trivia questions.
It's probably one where like someone's talking, you just ignore them.
Exactly.
Sometimes just throwing words.
He's
at
never
All
read
right.
a trivia before because he can't read.
Curtis.
He didn't know what the conditions were.
Thank you.
How many more
Can't read.
pub games rounded up does syndereN have on Clockwork than any other hero? So I'm assuming that's your most played hero.
Yeah. So Clockwork is my most played hero. How many more games do I have on that than my next
Rounded up to what? Like 100?
nearest 10?
Nearest 10?
Yeah.
I feel like that's hard. Where am I?
Are you not going to give him
choice?
multiple choice?
I mean,
Okay.
I already won, so it doesn't
All right.
matter.
So multiple choice will be 150, 200, 250.
Jesus. I want to say 150.
250.
250.
What is wrong with you?
That is pretty pretty hardcore. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
It's a great hero. It's very fun.
I really like Clockwork too. You're playing 5?
Sometimes. Mostly.
Okay. I really like Clockwork as well.
All right, cool. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. Anything you wanna say?
No.
What are you doing in the future? Obviously, you're casting and
I don't know what I'm
paneling here.
doing in the future.
That's
You're just
exciting.
Keeping your options open.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
Great to hear. Where can people follow you?
I will eat a chocolate.
People
Turtles, since you
already
guys are
know
not very
where
much
they can
into
follow
That,
me.
that's only one
because of your
social
great
media.
infograph. I don't
Only
check
one.
anything else.
So you only use Twitter.
I don't even use Twitter.
Okay. So
Oh,
really,
sometimes I stream.
okay.
Same name.
AUI_2000.
Yeah, and I actually have a YouTube, but I don't know what the channel's name's called.
Well, you guys can probably find it because, well, you have better luck than AUI.
I have a blog on Liquid Dota too.
Yes, you actually make great blog posts on there every now
I think,
and then.
yeah.
I'm surprised anybody uses that actually still.
I miss it actually. I think
Yeah.
I think those forums are much better for discussion than Reddit is. I hate
Dude, I'm having another one.
Reddit since it like became such a big community in Dota. I think at the start of Reddit is really cool. Like I would post there and talk to people, but now it's just
Yeah, now it's flooded.
it's actually so insane.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I popped this in my mouth because now I can't talk, but thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Yep. Thank you to esports.gg for sponsoring this episode. Thank you to Curtis for giving us insight on his life and apparently where his social medias are that he
I know
can't
that-
remember.
A lot of
They're
really
all
interesting stories.
AUI 2000.
They're all AUI 2000.
Yes.
Great.
Does anyone watch this?
Not really.
I learned so much pro Dota lore that I had no idea about from this.
Yeah,
about
no,
other
I agree.
teams.
Yeah, it was fascinating.
There are so many stories I've
There's
never
so
heard.
many stories I'm not supposed to say.
You said some of them, I feel like, but yeah.
That I'm not supposed to say?
No,
Which one was I not supposed to say?
well, until next time.
Bye.
All right, later, guys. Thanks for watching.
We
But thanks for listening.
It is really good production quality.